Washi gonna find Bolu, but does get hit markers by Jez. Going up against, they're now all tied up 1-1. Theo is going to get taken down by Jez. You can now see Jez pushing up towards the B flag. We're rocking that 35 round. See that we have Vague pushing up incredibly far, but this should be a free kill for Theo, sure enough. Gets that push from the backside, finds Jez.
Licença, torcinha! Pofo! Botão no cofrinho do Ibis! Pofo pra cima do Delzinho! Double pofo do craque! Faz clique aí, meu chat! Você tá no YouTube, faz o clique da jogada! Tomara tá!
Um som morto.
Vou cravar esquerda, vou cravar cima, crava esquerda, crava esquerda.
Tem um, só tem ar. Vai ter mais um.
Aí tem que botar essa
Pode ver agora, calma, segura aqui.
O subterrâneo pernambucano. Nossa!
And we've got two players left to deal with. FN 420. Oh my god, Lucky, what the hell was that? Count them out. Can't do it. Lucky is Dark Wizard. You're the only hope here, Dark Wizard. Oh my god, we've got a 2v5 that is a reality. Lydia looking for the shots. Lydia's gonna round the corner. Lydia finds one. Lydia just needs to find Lucky. Doesn't happen. We're going to another round. The most at the moment finds another one. Just an absolute demon. Moving quickest in with the side of Nova. Dave, you're going in.
People see, there is one A now.
Marvel misses one, but doesn't miss twice.
Out. Oh my. Chris, he's all one more. Where you at, homie? I know you're in a typical sniper area, but right now you're getting sniped with an 80 with close. Lucky, get headshot. Cosmo, you want the smoke? Get it too, homie. We got a 1v1.
Oh my goodness, Iona! Bro, watch.
X7 was left alive. Now it's Iona looking to make this.
Yo, this girl's dirty! Aggressively push up to this degree. Lydia's able to find one. Artem, Misa coming through. What's that? Is that the Kilo? Whoa! Artemisa, the Damascus Kilo. Ooh, Chels. Finds one, is looking for two, but Artemisa. Yo, this girl kind of nuts with the Kilo, bro.
Yo, how are you?
I have been. Down herself on that Sparrow shot, but the Angels do maintain this P3. Oh, brick stuff! Well, it was looking good for a minute there, Verdict, at the beginning of this round, but it has quickly gone in. I think you're right on the money. The arrow can push that up, finds two in the feed to start things off. Those double kills are worth a ton of points, let alone
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mobile Mayhem Winter 2023. Today is the semi-finals. We got two fantastic matchups today, and I am the Hitman, your host, and I'm joined today by the lovely two casters, Verdict and Gil Mania. How are you guys doing today?
Gil, I'll start off here. I don't want to rudely interrupt you, but that was a sweet intro. Man, I swear to God, the guy who calms you down must be very talented. I gotta say, we've had a great day so far. EU was very, very plentiful in the talent in the games. Obviously, we didn't go too far in that one. I think tonight is definitely going to be the best night of Mobile Mayhem that we've had to date.
Yep, I totally agree. Let's kick it off with our first game of the day, Luminosity versus Fierce. Gil, how are you doing? And are you excited about this first matchup?
I am really excited because in here for the semifinals match, Ken, we're gonna see the only team that was able to defeat Luminosity, right?
Luminosity being the only undefeated team up to last week. Last week we had Fierce against Luminosity, and with the surprise upset, I would say not really surprise, it's possible. This Fierce team is very strong, but they did beat them. So Fierce has the quotation mark tiebreaker. They're 1-0 against Luminosity, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong on that situation. But definitely very interesting game. Since we are talking about Fierce versus Luminosity, let's actually take a look at the bracket to see how these teams got into this situation right now. And I'll let Verdict take it away as well.
Absolutely. As you can see at the top side, the first day of the qualifiers, we had Fierce, we had Centurion. Fierce came through unscathed, 3-0. Literally not a single map put up against them, heading over to face off against LG tonight. On the bottom side of the bracket, you saw the unfortunate scenario in Tuesday's catastrophe of our quarterfinals. It was very unfortunate with Seminole. They had the 4v5. They managed to pick up one map in a 4v5, and let me tell you, boys, it was ugly. Ultimately, 11 do move on, and that's what leads us to our second series of the night. That's Zignis and 11 El Clasico, as Gil has so kindly coined for us.
Yeah, yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago, that S&D match, we had Jez absolutely popping off, but unfortunately for Seminole, they will not be playing in the grand finale. But let's go ahead and take a look at the map choices since we are getting to our first game. Gil, tell me a little bit more about the maps that we have today.
For these best of 5, Fierce and Luminosity have opted to start in Hacienda. That is going to be the hard point. Then moving on to Search and Destroy Raid, third map of Control on Firing Range, hardpoint on Slums, and a potential 5th game of Search and Destroy on Takeoff. Luminosity opting to ban Standoff, while Fierce they veto Summit. So that's gonna be all the maps that we are gonna see among all of them. And I've seen quite a couple of people complaining in chat, or even casters as well, about Hacienda hardpoint, but it seems like teams continue to get it over there.
Yeah, I agree. Hacienda hardpoint is my least favorite, or one of the least favorite to play on in rank, but to watch is actually pretty entertaining. I am excited for that S&D and Raid. It's really fun. So we have two very strong teams playing today. Let's see what these teams are playing for. Verdict, tell us about the prize that we're gonna have going for this Mobile Mayhem Winter 2023.
Absolutely. You can take a look at it on the screen right now. It's $2,900 up for grabs. First place gets $1,400 of that. Second place is going to be wrapping up with $900, $500 for third. Special awards, which we are still considering at this time. I'm sure we'll have something drawn up before Tuesday. It's a special award category of $100. It's 3 awards, $50 for the MVP, I'm assuming, and $25 a piece for the other 2 awards. Huge shout out to Bobby Plays. I hope all is well with the little one and all, man. I appreciate you coming through with the 5 tier 1 gifted. We're about to get this action started here momentarily. Ken, I know we were just talking about it before the broadcast started, but I need the people to hear us, man. What was our thoughts for prediction why it goes?
Man, honestly, look, Luminosity versus Fierce, we already know it's going to be probably the best game we'll see all season. It's tough because I want to say Fierce because of the boys' space and they won last time, but my gut is telling me Luminosity is going to win 3-2. I just feel like this team has played together for so long and they played so well yesterday. They actually won Mobile Mayhem LATAM, so they got a little momentum going. So it's going to be a flip of a coin in my opinion. But Gil, who do you think? What's your score?
Okay, if I see a Fierce team playing at 100%, I can see this going to a game 5. But without Fierce being at 100, I see Luminosity taking it even in a 3-1 in their way, if I'm honest.
Oh, 3-1. Man, I think this is going to go to distance personally. But, Verdict, what is your prediction?
I think if it does go to a game 5, Luminosity take it. If you're Fierce, you need to win in a 3-1 fashion. One thing I will state about this series is it's not the same as what we saw last Thursday. As a matter of fact, I'm taking a look at the lineups, and it's a little different. They do not have Teabag available right now, and I don't know if this is at choice or just by some, inconvenient time for him. But they are going to be starting Vibin, so it's Vibin, Rihan, Rapallo, CODM, and Space. That kind of makes me like shift my focus a little bit more towards maybe LG taking this series in a completely different fashion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Teabag played absolutely phenomenal last time we saw him play. And it's not saying Vibin's a bad player, but Teabag, he plays so well, is able to get those ones. And he anchors pretty dang good. But, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we are getting ready to start. I'm going to leave these two lovely casters to cast this fantastic game. And I'm going to join you guys as soon as we get the final results. So you guys have a great time, and I'm going to see you guys afterwards.
I like how Ken just drops us off like we're at the movie theaters or something. You guys have the most wonderful
You
time.
go,
Like,
kids,
go
have
on,
fun.
have fun. I'm just going to be sitting in the car waiting for you. He's going to be cooking up something. I'm sure it's going to be fun. We're going to be cooking our own something right here. It's the Hacienda hardpoint right around the corner. We're certainly about to jump into it right now as I can see it. Hopefully no one dips out because I didn't have anything prepared for a little bit of a spiel. But LG certainly need a little bit of a redemption tour. Not necessarily in general, but against this team in particular. This is one for vengeance. This is one for redemption. This is one for the ages. Fierce, only team to able to take down this titan of a team in the regular season. Let's see if they can do it in the playoffs, Gil.
And apparently Teabag is on vacation. And of course everybody's entitled to those, but what an unfortunate timing for it to be. But who knows, maybe in here with Vibing in the mix, we can see them still try to fight as close as they can against Luminosity. But for the time being, as we start in the hill, Washi went straight into the bottle. And well, so far not dying just yet. 2 kills for himself. Everybody else is helping him survive. It is working to perfection, no opportunity just yet for Fierce to get inside. Finally, they're gonna find an opening and immediately are gonna be taking it. 3 kills going their way. There's gonna be the Hunter Killer drone thrown by Blur, but not connecting onto anyone. So the fight must continue. But the kills are definitely stacking in the favor of Luminosity.
Yeah, they are. They've got 22 points off that P1-2. Now they can just sit up top and continue to ride the kills. P2's rotations are going to be made. 3 players are already there. The rotation for Envy, he's chopping them down. AR or not, my guy can gun the best of the best. Surely, right now he's trying to get the setup here for the next. Trying to get the Rocks rotations settled down as well. And my God, recipe for success. You've got one side of the spawn shut down by Blur. You've got Envy on the other side. Best of both worlds. Yin and yang. And inside the middle. I mean, it's just a beautiful situation here. LG running the way with it so far. Garage, it is a lockdown of all Money Hills.
Lockdown in indeed here. Ben trying to keep things under control, looking at the staircase, then going back into the ramp. A few kills are going to be taken, and you said it, maybe a player or two have been able to get inside of the hill, but not much outside of that. Space was trying to get in, killed as well. Vibing is going to be the next one, finally getting that kill. They're going to break through the defense of Luminosity, but let's see for how long. Not too long after, there's the double kill for Ben, but immediately the retake for Space, who continues to try to control this, but now it's only going to be scrap time. It's going to be about 10 or so seconds that will be going in favor of Fierce. And, well, not necessarily too far behind, about 22 points in favor of Luminosity, but still not feeling comfortable on the side of Fierce. I'm going to be sticking around a little bit with CODM, who is currently the one with the most kills on the side of Fierce. He will have a great spawn and immediately tries to capitalize on it, but the attack 5 is going to be popped on the side of Luminosity, and still they managed to pull through, but two more defensive players on the side of Luminosity. One of them is going to be Solo here, who is also playing with a 117 and just got himself a double kill with it. Verdict, seems like Solo has joined the party that Space started.
Yeah, he has. I mean, hell, if he can do it, I can too. Solo says he's not any kind of stranger to you know, use an off meta or something different. I mean, he's a player that fried with a kilo in tier 1 competition. We didn't think it was possible. Man, it's different, right? Right there, he gets shut down. He's just like every man. He bleeds blood just like everybody else. Right now, the rotation through. It is 70-point difference. We are looking at a completely different team than we saw last week without T-Bag. I'm not saying anything negative about Vibin, but there's just something about T-Man. He's got that dog in him right now. Who's going to have the dog in them for this matchup? It's got to be Space. It's got to be Rehan. It's got to be good. It's got to be a combination of all 5. Right now, they're getting the lockdown here on the rock side formation. P4 rotations have been made. They have not been spoiled as of yet. Now we're going to get to see some operators being used from the side of Fierce. There goes the Gravity Vortex. I don't even know how the hell Solo was able to slip through. I think he might have made it out on the hopes of sliding for the safety of sliding, but it is not going to pan out either way. He loses the gunny. Space now going to pop his. He's going to be able to find one. The Rehan Claw going to be shut down, and there it is. The Preddy able to find one for itself as well. Rabalo with the nade shot. And a lockdown here on P4, a much-needed hill time here for the side of Fierce.
Yeah, utilizing 4 operators, and well, that was a good enough value, taking Alphabet about 40 or so seconds so far, and there's still 10 more. Solo's trying to get in, gonna find that kill onto Vibing and Rehan, but still not inside of the kill. Finally gonna do so, but immediately drops dead to the hands of Revalo. Revalo here with the mythic Demon Song, Kilo, and also Diamond Camo, looking as beautiful as it can. And well, in here we're gonna be going back into P1 reset. I gotta say that heal is gonna be definitely a amount of heal for Fierce. They were falling too far behind, but with so much control, continuous control getting inside, they are gonna be only about 30 or so points. And as we're now going onto P1 reset, I feel like there's definitely a momentum shifting in favor of Fierce, but they definitely have to capitalize even more into it.
Yeah, you're gonna have more than a momentum Fierce or momentum shift of scare this team of LG off. You know, these guys, they are hard-headed, they are scoundrels, they are demons, they're bandits. Right now, they got a little bit of a chunk off that P1, but that lead that was looking so good here rolling into that P4 setup. It's gone. It's 20 points deficit now as we're seeing the bridge being gap space, trying to get some shots in up top. 12 seconds left to go. It's all about the rotation into Garage Side Hill. It's going to be a big gunfight there for CODM. He wins it. They're looking for the new setup. They got the secret side shut down. LG on the outskirts now looking in, and Fierce brought their A game, and they're starting to reel it back in. 136 to 102. Gil, I know it's a little early, but let's go ahead and get geared up for it. Let's jump in with the first listen, and this time with Fierce.
On hill, Solo's on hill, Solo's on hill, Solo's on hill.
Two rocks, bro, 2 rocks.
Vortex in play, Vortex in play. One push the lobby, push the lobby. Your flash, watch your doorway,
I got 1.
Oh, left side,
Drop it, Black Man,
Doorway dead.
Who's fighting?
Trophy.
I think there's one in checkers.
I got two.
Pull up, Ballo.
Yeah, no, I got me.
Doorway.
There's water, one in water.
One shot.
No.
Close here.
I got him. I'm trying to get this tail.
Yeah, contest that.
On Lambo's, on Hades.
Five.
Yeah.
He's looking trophy. It's just gonna go. Just set up new.
One tab, bro. One tab.
He's gonna pick out a trophy. They already knew. They're gonna be new.
Balcony.
All right, well, we hopped in, and I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we did, they just hit a brick wall. That brick wall was, hello, Luminosity Gaming. They're here to play, and good God, are they playing right now. They put the lead back in their grasp. It is 80 points that the side of Fierce are down, and they are battling it out here on this rotation anew. And Gil, I know you're just now joining us, but that one got out of hand relatively quick, didn't it?
Yeah, the way they capitalized on their own control was insane. I feel like those 60 seconds in favor of Fierce were majestic, but immediately the retake for Luminosity was to do the exact same thing and increase even further that advantage. Right now there's 30 more seconds that they're aiming for, and in here there's gonna be the Pred missile being popped by Washi, who picks up yet another kill. He knows that they're in the vicinity and picks a double onto Rehan. The 100 killer drone is gonna be thrown as well. The spawns are gonna flip, and Washi immediately notices that that's the case in here, so he's pushing for defensive round now. And alongside with his weapon, there's the 100 kill drone by Washi. The control is barely gonna be held in favor of Fierce Verdict, but it's just not feeling like it's that continuous no more. And the rotation on the next kill, the first one to be inside is Solo, waiting for an enemy. That's going to be Revival Pack, picks up the kill, Washi with the next one. Solo still alive, will find the double onto Vibing, immediately bounces back inside of the hill, and this could be the last point of the game.
Yeah, good. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see how the comp's out now for LG. They're on a high. Let's see how high they are.
Pick up water, pick up water.
Main water.
One pushing main low. One top main, absolute on hill. We're about to one top.
There's a guy going balcony. Guy going balcony.
I'll pick up back. Worry about your hill.
I got it.
Nice. I'm here. Worry about main.
Look.
Worry about main. I got your back.
Claw, half. He's half, claw.
Remember we can heal.
I'm flashing, I'm double flashing. Double flashing rock.
I got balcony.
One more.
I got
Outer and bull house.
I got naded. Just stack him.
I got flash.
Keep stacking the hill. Just keep stacking the hill.
Yeah, just keep stacking.
Both there. One shot. Another one.
Nice. Spring boy.
We can win that.
Get him, Blur. Fuck him up, Kenneth. What's up here?
Oh, them boys is good vibes, Gil. Good night. 250 to 116. We cut it close on that listening, but good God. They were cooking towards the end of that one, and surely enough, game number 1 goes in their favor in a very, very, very difficult beatdown to watch if you're a Fierce fan, but it was absolutely fierce indeed for them. 250 to 116. They come out the gate swinging, Gil, and I'm taking a look at it. Of course they did. LG picked this map. They picked it for a reason, and it was a great way to start the series off.
Yeah, and it was just incredible to see that control for the side of Luminosity. So many kill differential in between of them, and not only that, but also the control that they overall had every single time they were getting those kills. They were moving to a place where they can continue to control those objectives. It was really, really sweet over there. The MVP will be given to Blur, but in reality, everyone on side for Luminosity was doing their own duty, you know, their own job in here. And well, a great start for them to begin here on the first semifinals here in Mayhem North America. So well, I liked it. I gotta say that definitely is gonna have an impact in the future, but at the same time, I think we tapped on it earlier. It feels like it definitely shows a bit of an impact to not have T-Bag, because like you mentioned, it's nothing against Vibing. It's more about us knowing how good of a player T-Bag is, right?
Yeah, that's it, bro. I mean, when we're talking about like most impactful on this roster, I mean, Space has been like you know, leading the pack in KD for Hardpoint.
Yeah.
But you got to look at it overall in a grand scheme of things. The most well-rounded player on this roster has to be T-Bag. He can do it in the Hardpoint. He can do the dirty work in the Search and Destroys. He can be the go-getter in Control. Right now, we're going to be without him. The biggest thing that we see the focus for this Fierce team is adapting. And there wasn't that adaptation, especially not in the rotations, the hills. I mean, we even got settled up for a listen-in, and by the time I jumped into the VCs, the hill had already been broken. It's just not like this team, especially on a money hill like Garage.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you cannot really capitalize on you getting there first, what else are you to expect? Unfortunately, for Fierce, well, they gotta try to forget about what just happened. They gotta move on to what's next, and what's next is Search and Destroy on Raid. We're gonna be moving over there onto beautiful California. I'm sure that it is as hot as it is in here, so maybe that could have an impact on the players. Who knows? You know, in here, in a map like Raid, definitely we can see players as Space use and capitalize a whole lot more on their ability to use long-range weapons.
You're absolutely right. Now, this is the second map of the best of 5 that's about to unfold. This is a map that we see be picked by Fierce, and they've got to bring their A game there. Last time these two teams met, it was in the regular season. It was a 2-1 win. The Hardpoint swayed in favor of Fierce. They lost the Search and Destroy, and then they won the Control. So, based off this intel, it's going to be a reverse copy pasta, I guess. I don't know. It's got to be a dominant performance here to Search and Destroy, or we might not see past that game 3.
Yeah, I have to agree entirely with them already winning Hardpoint, which was the game that they lost. There's a lot of opportunity for them to finish this as quickly as a 3-0 or a 3-1 fashion in here. Moving on to Search and Destroy, which is the game mode that they won, making it already a 2-0, and moving on to Control on, I think it's going to be on Fire Range once we get over there. You know, a lot is in the table, a lot of cards have been shown, but not all of them, so I feel like we still are going to need to wait a bit more to see the potential outcome of it, but already on the side of Fierce, there's something that needs to be done about all of it.
You're absolutely right. We're getting geared up for it. Waiting for, you know, everything to start up. It looks like everything is good to go. We got green check marks across the top, exception of the bottom team. And as soon as we get this figured out, we should be good to go. There we go. There's the green check marks. There's the ready. There's the start. Game number 2 right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. We've already said it. Put your sunglasses on. We're heading down to the LA, Hollywood Hills of California. Raid, Search, and Destroy. We're about to get real dirty with it, Gil. I'm going to be honest with you. The first 6 rounds are got to be grimy. They got to be gritty. They've got to be different here. Oh, man. Did my emulator just crash? There's no way that my emulator just crashed, and we have literally... Good thing I got my trusty, handy-dandy emulator or iPad on deck, so hopefully I'll get that fixed. Nonetheless, we just won't have sound off the bat. We'll have Space's perspective for the time being until I can get the emulator back up and running. First blood's in. Codene's drop, Gil. Things not looking too good already on this pull side rotation.
First blood going in favor of LG, but Revallo going to answer back. Unfortunately enough, they're going to lose 2 more. The 3-for-1 trade heavily in favor of Luminosity right now. Rehan with a... Rehan there with a Fennec West completely shot down while trying to run out of there. And I do agree with you. Fierce need to be aggressive, need to be unpredictable. But unfortunately enough, it seems like the one who was the aggressive the most was Luminosity. They were pretty much choking them once they realized they pushed through the side of pool, and they immediately made them pay. That's already the 1-0 for Luminosity. A few kills then immediately traded in, vibing to the ground. Band also following the same path. In here is going to be a 4v4. Carrying the bomb, there is CODM, and I do believe that you are back with the emulator.
Oh, thank God, yeah. Man, we got sound. We got all the above. We're good to roll. First blood did come through. It was Washi, but the trades were quickly there, vibing out the door, so was Band. Right now we're looking at a big hit as Solo's the only one here on the pull bar side. Little does, oh my God! Walks right into a Mack truck space. Putting him 6 feet under. Cody able to cap with 1 as well. Up top, there's one in the money room. It's Washi. He's going to try and play for the reposition. Rehan going to be able to gun down Envy as well. This bomb plant is going down, homie. And Washi not going to be able to get there in time, but he might be able to get the good COD timing of catching 1 off guard before he goes. No, the foot shot is not going to hit. Let's see what he can get for the second, the follow-up. Oh, Rehan, just walk right into the bullets. Why don't you? Space, where are you? I know you're lurking in bar, bro. Go ahead and peek. Show me your head. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you're working with. Space, very well disciplined. There, gets the gun shot to land, but it's only a hit marker. We got a 1v1. Washi not winning this one. Space, absolutely feeling himself here after that shot.
It's not easy at all for Space to hit that. But he did, fellas, so that is quite a way for him to tie the board. Gonna be 1 for each. And seemingly they tend to be splitting now the aggression side of Fierce. Right now, going from the middle, there's gonna be Revallo over on Zigzag. Band gonna find first blood onto Codeine. So that's already a red flag on the side of Fierce. Revallo finds an enemy, but through the wall!
Yikes.
Washi's gonna knock him down. I'm so sure, Verdict, that Washi just saw the bullets being fired. He was like, alright, he's here. Shoots through the wall, takes that kill. Vibing is the only player alive, Verdict, on the side of Fierce. Yet again, Fierce are gonna be completely shut down. Another wall bang. Like, walls are just a suggestion to Luminosity. They can truly sense where they're at without actually having a visual cue.
Yeah, that's the kind of team chemistry they have. Like, it's the comms, you know. Hey, he's not here. He's not there. Check mark, checklist, all the way above. Oh, he's got to be in bedroom. Let me just wall bang the hell out of it. That's what Blur does. Payoff round. 2 for 1. We've got an advantage. Blur is feeling it. He is getting some shots. The heady right there vibing. Hello, we meet again. Not favoring you this time again. It is an A-side hit, though, as they do clear out Blur. They're going to be able to get that bomb plant down. Rehan's trying to hold the forces off at the top. Washi trying to do anything he can to prevent this bomb from going down. Ban gets the initial entry frag. Cody there for the trade. It's down to a 2v3. The retake looking like it is a possibility. Space is the last one. They know exactly where he is, but through the smoke, can he hit it? Can he hit it? Oh, he can't! The bomb is going to be defused! And I don't know how, but he had the lineup. Did he pull the trigger?
I think he might have, but it was like last. I'm not even sure, man. I definitely feel like he should have done that earlier. I don't know what happened, but bombs defused. Another point that, like you mentioned, could have been prevented by Space, or at least delayed for a little bit longer through the smoke. I highly doubt that we're going to be able to knock him down, while he was pretty much capable of doing that to the others here. As he was trying to take down Washi. Bites to the dust, man. Washi does take a good chunk of damage, but still managing to survive. And look at the minimap once again, being as aggressive as they like to be. You're going to see Ben receiving a lot of damage, but still not going to be enough. The next one here is going to be Solo, who begins to push through doubles here with a 117. Shot's going to be fired. Not going to spot anyone just yet, but the opportunity is still open for plenty of players here on Luminosity. 2 kills traded. Another one there for Solo by eliminating Rehan, but Vibing answers back by eliminating Ben. Finally going to break through the 0. Vibing finds his first blood, but immediately gets caught in the fire of Blur, leading to a 1v2 where Revalo on his own gets spotted by Solo. Verdict, that's another point going in favor of Luminosity. This is going the exact opposite way of what we knew that Fierce needed in order to win this.
This is it, man. That last round that we saw where Space couldn't get the shot through the smoke. I mean, it's a 1v3, man. That might have been like the round where we saw the tempo get picked back up at Fierce. Quiet since the first round of success. Right now, Blur gets the worst COD timing of all, and this might be the profitable here for the side of Fierce. They've gotten the B-side hit. Envy is trying to prevent anything from happening, but he runs right into some bullets himself. Washi and Solo now less alive here for the last round of defense. Washi now going to be the last one as Solo eats too many bullets. There's the shorty out to play. It's the boxing gloves that come out, but Space says the 50 cal works just as good. 4-2 lead. Still in the hands of LG, but we're going to flip sides and do it yet again. And a massive advantage rolling into it. I mean, come on out. I know it's just 2 rounds. You were able to pick up 2, but this should have been a tie game, theoretically. Unfortunately, it's not. We'll see if Fierce can collect themselves here on the defense, though. First round, payoff round. LG, they're buckling up. They are all full sent there on the A site.
Oh! But it's not going to be as easy. Rehan, quick 2-piece there with a Fennec. Really unpredictable, but still, there's going to be a 2-kill answer back in the hands of Luminosity, but at the expense of not planting the bomb in here. Now, looking at Vibing, he's in a great spot if he realizes that there's people over on pool and sees the first enemy. He gets to shoot at him, doing a lot of damage, but does not find the kill. Vibing, huge L over there on that gunfight, allowing the enemy to go back to full HP. In the meantime, Space takes a kill, but gets killed himself. It is now a 2 versus 2. The bomb is going to be dropped on the ground. Vibing finally clutches that kill, but still gets killed.
There's
by
no
Blur,
way.
who gets the double. Isn't Blur the one that Vibing quote-unquote
No, it was Washi, but if you look back at it, Washi
Washi
was able to find one before he left and gets the all of the attention. Blur just comes in and gets 2 free kills. Those are about as free as they get.
Yeah.
And there was to a point where Washi was one-shot twice. Finally, Vibing able to deal the damage. Damage had already been done on the flip side of things. We got a 5-2. This one's getting out of hand. Ban, Washi, they open up. They got the A side for free, and morale at an all-time low here for Fierce. Rapallo trying to pick the crew back up. Able to find one, is able to get a trophy system down as well, but the bomb is hit. 40 seconds on the clock, and that bomb is going to boom and blow up, and the round's going to go in favor of the side of LG. But can these 2 last standing make an impact here? First encounter, Vibin drops. It's all over Apollo. 25 seconds left on the clock. Time is not a factor. It's Washi. And again, you mentioned it earlier, the walls are not a factor here. And Ray, they are merely a suggestion. Washi coming through with yet again another wall bang to close this one out, and that might be the dagger in Fierce's back to close it out now, as they only need 1 to shut it down.
That's literally all they need, and I'm sure they're ready to take it upon their own hands. But Space, that's a different plan. Gonna find not 1 but 2 but 3 now. Space frying now with the DLQ, but it's finally gonna be picked up by Washi at the expense of already letting enemies know where he's at. Washi gonna find the double, but Revallo was already on a hunt, on a mission to tear him apart. But that round, that's gonna be heavily a big part of Space's triple kill over there. They're gonna be grasping on the last bit of health that they still have, trying to get us further, trying to eventually activate the old time, but I'm not too sure that we're even gonna find ourselves a way to get over there.
It's gotta be, oh my god, it's gotta be Cody, and I was about to say, that ain't the play, homie, that ain't the wave. You cannot one-man push a full unit. Unit clears out the site, red, compromised, bomb site, about to go down. B is a hit. It's on, bombs planted now. No, it's not. It was been prevented. Envy was your bomb carrier. I think Space was able to shut that one down. And look at the wall bang. I didn't even see it. The body shots, though, Space is really feeling it. Now it's all on Rihan. He knows that one's halfway across the map. One had just picked up the bomb. And I was just like, where in the hell did Space hit that? And he got two of them underneath the map. Cheeky little angle. Shame on you, Space. Love it.
Rihan still refusing to give up in here. We'll find a kill there. So, bombs down. 45 seconds on the clock. He knows for a fact that he's still going to be there over on Alpha. So, begins his adventure. Gonna be pushing forward. Finds the enemy. Begins to shoot at him. Doing a lot of damage, but still a few more shots are needed. Ben thought that he was not going to push, but he did. He knew exactly what to do, when to do it. Bomb will be defused.
Okay.
Verdict, they are still alive.
Yeah, this is like, man, if I had some epic music, I might have the cue of right here, bro. I hate I missed those shots, Space, but you gotta, for the life of me, realize that hit was on B. You had one homie there who could have prevented the bomb plant, but it was you halfway across the map. I was clueless. Obviously, I peeked over at your site. It is a cheeky angle. Desperate times calls for some desperate measures. Right now, the payoff round. Keeping the dream alive. Ew, my, Washi. Making you wish you didn't, though. There's the shots coming through. Rihan's dropped. No clutches this time around. 2 for the price of 1. The solos dropped. The bomb carrier is still intact. That's Envy. They're trying to figure out where they want to go, and they've only got 2 players left to deal with. No intel on any of them, but they know for a fact B is unhit. And we're going to see Space now. He's not going to be able to take advantage of that wall bang, bro. Can't do it again. Not 2 times in a row. Shame on us if we allow it to happen. Bomb's going to go down. There's the trophy. Dumpster's right on the Envy's head. 40 seconds on the clock. You've got to get here. This retake's got to be flawless, and you've got to do it in a crucial clutch 20 or 35 seconds.
To do it, they need 30 seconds left. Wash taking a lot of damage. Still managing to survive. 28 seconds. Still going down the side of Fierce. Trying to go forward, but can't break through the defense over on Luminosity. Washi finally lands that kill onto Space. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the beginning of the end. They already got the last nail. They just got to push with a hammer. And that's exactly what Band will do with his own bare hands there. He's going to knock him to the ground. And that's a 7-4 victory. At 2-0. Series now leading even further in favor of Luminosity. It is just Fierce trying their hardest, but we've seen that sort of interaction in the past, right? Where a team on the second half they begin to do a whole lot better. Problem being, with such a huge disadvantage, it's gonna be really difficult to actually try to hold for a comeback.
No, you're absolutely right. No room for mistakes. And obviously, LG, they capitalize on every mistake you make. They just didn't account for that cheeky wallbang spot again. Even chat was like, I forgot about that spot. Everybody did, homie. We ain't seen it in like 6 months, bro. It hadn't been relevant until now. It had me completely fooled. I was like, how the hell did Space... Oh, and then I check his point of view, and it's like, that makes sense. But in this game, you got to do more than just cheeky wallbang spots. You got to execute, and right there, that was a great execution from one team, just not the other. 2 times in a row, we've seen LG take the trump card, take the game, take the victory. They just need one to shut it down. 12 on board for Washi. He was hitting them, bro. He was frying. 11 for Blur, also piecing at times as well. Band with 8, as well as Solo on the flip side of things. Man, you've got Rihan with 9. He had an awesome clutch. Then you had some nice wall bangs out of Space, but where was everybody else at? I realized that Teabag's not in the mix anymore for today. the time that you need him the most, he's not able to provide. And Viben's not really filling that slot right now. No offense to Viben, but he's just not doing the job of what a teabag could do for you.
And now it's where you have to begin to wonder, how can we adapt well enough from already losing 2 maps onto the next one being control on firing range to try to continue to try to go on with the series? What are you to change? What are you to adapt? Because like you mentioned, there was no more second chances for the map itself. This time there's no more second chances for the whole series now on the hands of Fierce. So they gotta make sure that every single move, every single strategy that they are doing, they are always thinking in the back of their heads, we have to make it, we have to do it. There's no more room for mistakes, because if they do, they're gonna go down onto the bronze match, which, you know, is not necessarily bad, but it's clearly not what they're hoping or aiming for, right?
Nah, this is looking like, hey, we might be crowning the same champion from LATAM as we are crowning to, you know, in North America. It's starting to look like it is a Luminosity season, and at the beginning of this season, what did we say? What is the things that we talked about? What are the conversations we had? If LG doesn't win, there is a problem with that team. They are the only one who's stuck together, and they honestly look like the best team in Stage 5 last year. You cannot argue that, other than the fact that Tribe won. That's the only back kind of rebuttal that you could have. But LG looked like the better team all stage long in Raleigh. Yeah. They look better composed, they look better collected, they look better coordinated. Hell, I didn't even see those guys the whole time. They were on a mission. Right?
I mean, up until the grand finals, they didn't drop
exactly
a series, right?
Exactly. They look like the best team in North America. Now is their time to stake their claim. Obviously, there is still plenty of time for champs. That was merely 3 months ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. Obviously, my old head, I can't recall too many things that happened, a month ago, a week ago, yesterday at times. But you get what I'm saying. I remember the tempo. I remember the vibes. Those boys were cooking.
Yeah. They were cooking back then, and they're cooking right now. They are just doing whatever they feel like. If they want to main dish or for the dessert, if it's what they want, they certainly getting it. And in here, that's exactly what's been the case right now. We're still waiting on a player to ready up, and once they do, we're going to be able to continue. But for the time being, remember, it's going to be control, and it is going to be on firing range, if I'm not mistaken. The blue side, the defensive side first will be Fierce, which, it's an upside for them, but they gotta make it have the value that it can give you. We've seen it in multiple situations. Yeah, the defensive side has its advantages, because it of course does, but even then, I feel like that can also be a bit of pressure, because you're like, I have to win this, and on top of that, you're trying to pressure yourself onto winning an offensive round, and that can backfire as well.
All right, well, we're having a bit of a little bit of a situation. Viben is unresponsive at the moment, and they have no idea what's going on with him, so we are going to have to potentially remove him from the lobby. I don't know if they're going to have a fifth, bro. If we didn't think it was chalked before, it is certainly chalked if we see a 4v5. God, it was chalked with 5, and I'm going to be honest with you, man. Even with an additional fifth, if it's not teabag, I don't think this team could be saved at this point now. It's 2 games in a row. They've been beat down, slaughtered, just been outplayed, bested, very, very well out. Okay, there we go. He's back. Never mind. Viben, gonna give him another chance. We're gonna see if he can strike something up, bro. They're gonna need it. Bruh.
What is that bruh for?
Bruh. I was just talking negative.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
We're already loading in. Everybody is as well. We got ourselves a game, a match point situation. So, control. Firing race, let's get straight into it. And for starters, I was going to say to go with Washington. I think that was right. Washington immediately getting the first blood there onto space. And now, tries to go forward for more. BLQ in hand. There's someone from behind. I think those were wallbangs. So Washi was probably as surprised as I was of receiving damage in there. But Problem being that Rihan is still alive, Verdict. Rihan is still dancing with the messy CDR and the bad. Right now, he's already gonna be spotted. Tries to get out of there with a bad. Not gonna be possible. Way more kills in favor of Luminosity Gaming, who just picked up already the first objective going their way. And Verdict, what?
Hello?
Question mark?
I'm just as clueless as you.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know. And funny enough, Vibing is still roaming around. I haven't left the lobby, and Vibing
still
do
here,
be
bro.
vibing
Oh,
on
we're
his
not-
own.
yeah.
So
It's 2v1 chat. Who's gonna win? It's Washi. He's on a manhunt. Obviously, we're still in the action.
Oh,
These guys
yeah.
aren't leaving the lobby. I'm not either. We're gonna go ahead and continue the cast. 22 live, 16. Obviously, we're gonna leave the lobby at some point. There is Codine's dropped. It's Washi. Last player alive in the lobby with Vibing. They're in a 1v1 snipe off. There's the
1v1, let's go.
yeah, let's go 1v1 style. They know you're on. Oh, Vibing! Where were those snipes at last game, bro?
Yeah, at this point, it truly does not make sense. But okay, let's go back in to the cameras while we ask about this situation. It seems like someone had a power outage. Is that how you call that in English? Damn. Well, that's
Oh, that's very
bad
anticlimactic.
timing if I've ever. Yeah. I was hoping for like something weird happen, a glitch inside of the game, and we're gonna go for a redo. But unfortunately, it's just not gonna be the case. Verdict.
We shouldn't have left the lobby, bro. We should have continued the cast to 1v1.
They might still be inside. I 100% believe that.
No,
they're
they
still
are.
there.
They are. I'm still here on my iPad. They're still playing it out. Washi's got 3
ooh.
kills. Vibin's got 3. They are tied up, but the life count is certainly in favor of Washi.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Oh god.
All right. I
Well-
think that is. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, I think.
I mean, Vibin is certainly playing in the game still. There's no way this is power.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
All right. I mean, there's throwing up the white flag, and then there is, this as well.
I guess they did. It's
Yeah. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not a great way to start the night. As a matter of fact, when I saw the rosters, I knew that it wasn't going to be a good time. And I don't say that as being like smug or cocky or confident, knowing that LG were gonna win, but the whole reason why this LG team went down the last day of the season was because of how well collectively, Fierce had looked with all of their main 5. They didn't have the main 5 tonight, and for a team that's still new and fresh in development, that could be a problem, especially going up against teams like LG. But I don't have anything else much to say. They're going to throw the white flag in. They're going to be playing in the bronze matchup on. I'll put the iPad on. I'm not putting the iPad on. Should I?
I mean, are they still playing?
Yeah, they're still playing, bro.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
That's so funny. Okay. I mean, I already left, but I can watch it over on Discord. Let's see what they're up to. Are they still? I'm guessing they're still on round 1, right?
No, they're in round 2. Oh, Washi tried the Suinade. What a scumbag. That's what you get, Washi. You died. Oh, whoa!
No!
All right, we're gonna kick it back to somebody who knows a lot more about COD Mobile than I do. Apparently, this game was just madly disrespectful. This series, they couldn't handle the heat. We're gonna go back and handle some business later on, but that's gonna conclude our first series. Ken, break it down for me, homie. Can we bounce back from that tragedy?
I won't lie, I'm glad you gave me a good warning before you changed the camera.
What did I say? We were terrible, or
yeah? What if nothing? I had your live feed up, so I figured you were gonna switch to. Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, I mean, unfortunate situation, unfortunate circumstance. Technology sucks sometimes.
It's Codeine. Sorry.
Yeah, Codine's the one who had to disconnect from the electricity going down. So, Captain Space says, GG. It is a GG, ladies and gentlemen. But congratulations to Luminosity Gaming for advancing. So, I mean, it was 2-0 for them going into control. So, I guess technically they went 3-0? Question mark? But I mean, look, Luminosity looked like the stronger team anyway. I'm not taking away from Fierce. Not saying they could have not came back, but Luminosity looks strong. Luminosity is at least gonna have the finals and potentially be the full American. You know, the whole Americas, right? The whole America wins.
America.
But yeah, I mean, are we gonna start earlier the last game? Like, how's that gonna happen since this one ended fairly early? I guess.
I guess, yeah, we're
right. I guess
we're still gonna have like a small break, but I think we should be like, already calling onto the teams.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything we can talk about for this game? I know we saw that
last game.
Yeah, well, not the control game, obviously.
Vibin won the 1v1 against Washi. That's confirmed.
Hey, cracked. All right, Vibin won.
So Washi rage quit.
So it's 3-1 technically, right? We had 3-1. We had one series win. Okay, all right, cool. But yeah, no. Beside that, I mean, strong team. Luminosity dominated that hardpoint game, SND game. There was a chance for Fierce to come back, but a little too late. But beside that, I mean, yeah, Luminosity looked good. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. It's just unlucky that we had to deal with this technological circumstance. But I guess we should take a little break then. Yeah. Should we run a quick ad and take a little break, come back whenever we're ready to get everyone in here? So let's do that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for our sponsors for allowing this tournament. Again, as usual, MGC, Call of Duty Mobile, Trovo, and Grilla. I am coincidentally wearing the MGC hoodie and the Call of Duty Mobile cap. Coincidence. I swear it was coincidence.
Look at this guy all geared up.
Coincidence. I totally did not do this on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. Totally. But that being said, let's talk about our final game of the night and potentially one of the best game of the night. honestly, I mean, is there really much to compete with since the first game kind of went to a DQ? Anyway, I digress. Zignis versus 11. The last time these two teams played, there was actually a win for 11. Actually, they played twice. Matter of fact, they played yesterday in the LATAM, I guess, quarterfinals or the third place or bronze game. And 11 won. So this is going to be a interesting. Zignis is technically higher in the ranking, but 11 is the team that won the most in the tiebreakers. But let's go ahead and talk about these teams. What do you think, Verdict? Who do you like for this game?
Consistency wise, 11. 11 have been one of the better teams in this North American split by far. I mean, they may not be as consistent as we need to see them be, but in times when they are pushed to the limit, they can show that they can take control games, and that's the most important thing, because that third map's going to be a swing map, and you know that 11 are coming to hunt down Zignis. If it does go to distance, I don't know how much 11 can handle, though.
Yep, I totally agree. And speaking of maps, let's go ahead and talk about the maps. I was going to say Dave, but I meant Gil. That would have been really awkward. Gil, let's talk about the maps for this game.
For sure. In this best of 5, Zignis and 11, they're going to start their hardpoint action over on firing range. Then moving on to search and destroy standoff, control on summit, another hardpoint, this time on slums, and the search and destroy over on raid. The dance from 11 is going to be takeoff, while Zignis opted to get rid of Hacienda, so we don't get Hacienda, and instead of that, we're going to start with firing range. Kim?
With good old SND on standoff, I'm excited for that. But firing range on hardpoint, that's going to be fun to watch as always. I wonder how much wallbang we might see potentially being hit here, but it's going to be a fun one. I think this is not the crazy rivalry we see, like, you know, Seminole versus Zignis and stuff like that. But this is to be noted that the winner of this will be going to the finals, meaning we will officially have a LATAM versus NA finals. And LATAM has their chance to win the NA version after not winning the LATAM version of this. So
that's such a good point. That was such a good point that you just made. I'm glad you brought that up. Like, this is literally two teams who didn't make it into the grand finals, meaning that there was a better team in LATAM that prevailed, and that team is not participating in North America. Can we just go ahead and crown LG, or do we got to watch these games? Is that?
Oh my God!
I'm being sarcastic, obviously,
team, right?
But yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you don't want to anger the LATAM community already before even getting to the grand finale. So
hey, you don't got to do much, bro. Those guys, hey, they live to fight Verdict, right? I'm just kidding. I love the LATAM community.
Hold on. There's 3 things in life that's certain, okay? Death, taxes, and that Verdict will piss off the LATAM community. Am I right, chat? Am I right?
I don't even have to say anything, bro. I just have to look negatively towards the LATAM scene, and it's like, damn, Verdict! Kill him! I'm just kidding. I love the LATAM community. Some of my favorite players are the LATAM players, and I watch more of their streams than I do any of the pro players in NA. It's a love-hate thing.
Yeah, I mean, watching LATAM Mobile Mayhem was absolutely fun. The casters are fantastic, so that's really good to hear. But we're going to get ready to start very shortly. Let's go ahead and get some predictions going on. Let's start it off with Gil. Who do you think is going to win it? What's the score?
For this one, I'm also looking at the squads, at the teams, at the players that will be here tonight. I think that there's honestly an opportunity for us to a game 5 where anything can happen. Honestly, I feel like it's going to be super, super close. If we see the level that I'm expecting from 11, from Zignis. Like Verdict mentioned, I feel like 11T has been really, really strong as well. Zignis also with a great end of the season. So with both playing at a level that I know they can play, I think we can go to a game 5 this time around.
Okay.
For Zignis, you think Zignis is going to win this though?
Do I? I'm honestly not sure. Yes? Question mark. I'm not sure. Like I could say Zignis, I could say 11T, but honestly, both have really, really good players with Puedes popping off, with Spades on the side of Zignis, with Alexei also always helping with the heals itself. You know, it's the biggest thing for me to.
You gotta pick one. You gotta pick.
I can't. I don't know.
You gotta pick. You're not selling out. You're not saying.
Yeah, no, you gotta say it. Look, bro, you can't be on the fence. You gotta be on one side or the other. You gotta make your decision now.
Bro, what if I just leave her? I leave the call and don't come back.
He'd be like,
wrong answer. If you're not choosing a Levity, you're choosing the wrong team. But with that being said, Gil, I think you made a good mention before we got back live, before we even started stream. This Zignis roster has Envoy in it. How much of a bigger impact is that going to be than we think?
I feel like he's just huge because he's always been that response player. He always has good games also on Search and Destroy, but specifically on both hardpoint and control. He's always the player to be up front when needed, laid back when he needs to just secure the area for the squad. He's just an amazing player, and I feel like that he's gonna have a huge impact on the whole dynamics of for Zignis.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Envoy's such a great player, and we've seen Zignis do very well. They have a very strong team. That being said, Verdict, what is your prediction for this one?
I'm still rolling with 11. I think they take the series in a 3-1 fashion. Okay. They play their cards right. I think they can take it to the 3-0. But again, it's all about execution. Envoy being in the roster could pose a threat. I think 11 have the right pieces of the puzzle in at the right time, and they've got the right peak talent for this matchup.
Yeah, that was going to be my original prediction, but you picked it, so I'm not going to use the same one. So I'm going to go with a 3-11 win as well. But let's be honest, everybody's going to win because the real prize is the friends you make along the way. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will be leaving these two lovely gentlemen to cast our great game. So I will leave you guys here, and I will see you guys afterwards. Have a great time. See you guys.
All right, Ken, we're going to lock you back away in the dungeon. We'll see you back after this one. This is certainly our last series of the night, chat. We don't have to worry. It's going to be a banger. It's El Clasico. It's a battle of the Latam rivalries, and 11 and Zignis. Zignis, though, they brought their A game. They got their starting roster. You mentioned it. If the Zignis had Raven, we might be questioning on if Zignis can compete, but with Envoy in the mix. Yeah. Ooh, boy, this is about to get muy caliente, man. This is about to get hot. This is about to get juicy. It's about to get spicy. It's about to get a little heated. I'm loving it right now. This is the rivalry we've all been waiting for. Again, the El Clasico here in Mobile Mayhem. Gil, we've made our predictions. We are not going to see this one actually play out. We are going to be heading back to the lobby. Oh, man. And chat will continue to flame me after I said muy caliente.
I mean, today more than ever, I feel like there's been so many like redos, right?
True.
Like today alone, there's been more redos than the entirety of the season across the two Europe and NA region, I would say.
Good point. Absolutely.
It's been wild. It's been wild, man. But hopefully it was like a small issue that is going to be quickly fixed as we try to go back into all of it. All right. So Zignis and 11T. So outside of, for example, the two that we just mentioned, Envoy and Puedes, would you say that are a player to watch on each of these sides?
Oh, I'll continue. I'm a diehard Just fan. I don't know what it is, bro. Bro's just got the juice. He's got the sauce. He's got the suave, right? He is him.
Although he struggled on Tuesday.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. It was a 4v5. He could struggle all he wants. His team won. He didn't need to contribute. Today, He is going to go hammer. Absolutely crazy, absolutely bonkers. We're going to watch him in the respawns and maybe someone in the Search and Destroy, but Puedes has definitely got to be the game changer in the Search and Destroy. He's got to go toe-to-toe against Spades and Dietrich. These players know how to snipe. They know how to hit some miraculous clips. And those are the two that I watched from 11 side.
Jesus Christ, I almost dropped my phone into the ground, but that didn't happen. All right, well, I'm not too sure what the inconvenience might be, but well, all right. Well, to get it up until this point, we of course had that 5v4, like you mentioned, against Seminole. It was unfortunately what had to be done, but you know, stuff happened, stuff got in the way, and that's what happened. 11T just went through with it all. It was an interesting Search and Destroy map, to say the least. You know, mistakes were made, I would say, on the side of 11T, but outside of that, there was just no surprises. It was just them doing what they had to, which was dominate a 5v4. And as we are nearly ready to start finally with this game up verdict.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, man. It's gonna be here on Firing Range Hardpoint, and I don't know. I feel like although I used to be the biggest fan of standoff, Hardpoint on Firing Range, it's just amazing. Like the rotation, the way that teams have to play around it, it is just super good.
You got to be elegant. You got to be graceful. You got to be a tap dancer on this map, bro. You got to be able to maneuver in areas that are not necessarily in this lobby. Actually, it's just not meant to be. To hell and back we go. Twice was not the charm. Third time around, we are still just absolutely clueless as to what's going on. I know the first time we bounced out, I noticed that we swapped sides, and maybe that was it. Maybe I couldn't really figure out what it was until I saw that on the screen. I was like, oh, you know, shame on us. We made a mistake. God forbid we put everybody on the wrong side. That just can't happen. I'm glad the players realized. But the second time, I don't know what the hell's going on in here. What's going on? Levity, Zignis. Who was it that left the lobby? It was Levity? Boy, it's got some splaining to do.
I didn't catch that. Yeah, we need to know what's going on. We need to clear things out. Honestamente ni idea de qué es lo que está pasando, but what is this about? What is it all? We're still waiting. Still waiting on this. But all right.
No ping, no mames.
I feel like imagine. I highly doubt it, but imagine.
Oh man.
No, I wanted to mention the change that we talked about a lot at the beginning of the season, and I wanted to mention again because I'm loving it, and was also recently introduced into another different tournament on Garena for the first time, which is the single operator usage per player per team.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. I feel like it is just super great because it allows a more diversified use of the operators while not really abusing a single operator, but actually having to use
and then you don't have to worry about banning an operator either too. So that's like one less thing that you have to think about, like as you're making your loadout. Obviously, the use of this is great because of a few things. One, it's certainly like creates the ability and the need for you to be good at a different operator other than what everybody else is spamming for meta. So you're ready to rock and roll whenever the time comes for that particular operator. And then also it provides us with a little bit more of a spectrum for how the team synergizes in certain situations. Good teams and great teams, they're going to thrive in scenarios like that because they know how to play their role. Right now, role here for the side of 11 is you've got to be on the back side of the firing range, this side where Puedes is spawning in order to capitalize on the P2 side, but you got to make it up the hill first.
Yeah, finally we're gonna go roam into all of that, and there's gonna be a raid from No Money. Appreciate that, but welcome everybody. This is the second semifinals match of the Mobile Mayhem North America. The first ones to get there were Zignis getting 11 points, but there's already the retake by the hands of 11. Now Puedes on a roam into it, is gonna capitalize on the aggression. He immediately gets himself in, so first kill is going to be defended by him. Not a good timing for him. He turns around and there was a push for Tio, but immediately Alexa going for the retake, the refrag over there, and the fight continues. The show goes on. Verdict, it took us a while, so we're finally in it.
Yeah, we're finally in it, and surely enough, Lucifer's doing enough just to stay in the lobby there. Finally, he's going to activate his body. 22-16 now. Neck-and-neck game. It's certainly all about the rotation to do. Armory site lockdown. Zignis, they are here in numbers. Alexei on the outskirts, trying to make something happen. Oh my god, able to hop, skip, and leap around, but you can't hide from Kimwax. Got to be able to find the two-piece, and certainly now the spawn's not favored, but inside the enemy territory is Lucifer. Levity deal. No damage on the hit. Zignis are going to be able to send them back to the spawns as we see the second wave of players starting to crash on in. A little bit of map control out here for the boys over at Zignis. They're trying to rock rural. Kimwax maybe have gotten a little too big for his britches, but Palone not able to get his pulled up there on the rotation, but it is going to be the break nonetheless. 2 players in, make it just 1. Alexei's here. Kimwax shut down in the hold here for the break. It's going to stick at 11. They've got 26 to fight for. It looks like they are going to be able to get all of these time for the free.
And I mean, Alexa is in here and is in here also to stay. My goodness, surviving for the longest time, allowing 11T to not only close that gap, but even build one of their own advantage in here. Zignis is going to try to do the same here now by getting first onto the trailer. Attack 5 is going to be popped by Pelon. Kimos with a double kill, but gets spotted at a distance. Grenades are going to be thrown, but the retake is already happening by the hands of 11T. Not going to work out for Zignis. They try to get there first. And they were, but it was only the pre-time. Now that we are actually gaining points, 11T are inside. Attack 5 is going to be used by Envoy. There's the Annihilator by Kimox. Finds a kill, but he's being burned. Barely survives that interaction, but manages to survive now. The push from 11T is still over here, and Kimox is trying to deny that with his Annihilator, but run out of time. There's going to be the Holger. Another kill for Kimox. Already 18 for this Venezuelan player, doing an amazing job. 18 here, and already has that hunter killer drone to be thrown. Gonna be landed over onto the opponents, and the defense continues in favor of Zignis. It took him around 10 seconds to solidify that defense, but that's gonna be nearly 100% control there over on trailer.
Yeah, it is. Break back into the hill is certainly a much needed one here for Zignis to get back in control. They take the lead. Viva la Venezuela. That's what I say to my compadres over at Detri and Kimwax. Carlos is also part of that group, but Carlos ain't a part of this conversation. Right now, it's Levity and Zignis. They're all over each other, and man, boy, we expected this one to be exceptionally heated, and certainly it is certainly not under-delivering. Right now, the grab vortex for Detri. He's going to pop his. He's going to find one. Their wall bangs from the ricocheted bullets. The TO will not be stopped there. Is that another hit? I don't even know what he's getting. Just info. He's streaked up. He's got the hill time. He's got score streaks galore. He just needs to Preddy right now. He's going to have to abandon the hills. The wall bangs are too hot to handle. Looking for the rotation through. Alex right into his front lap. And certainly able to land the Pred and last long enough to do so. And we're going to see Zignis all over P4. Wood locked down by the purple wave of players. And 11E, they're going to be on the outskirts looking in. Not a single successful hit on this P4 breach.
And for this specific scenario, it feels like there's been two key parts for it to happen. One of them being Puedes not being that outstanding player that he has been in the past. But on the bright side, you got Kimwax with 22 kills. Puedes not having the level that he wanted, but Kimwax just surprising with how much dominance he's shown so far in here. And he already rotated for the next kill. Finds a kill, goes for the double, but the call was made that there was someone up above. But he does the same thing. He's like, you're gonna kill me? Well, I'm gonna send one of my friends, one of my allies to go after you. And then inside of the kill, it's gonna be Envoy for a few seconds. Then Spades on the top side of Metal will try to defend with a CBR. Not going to be possible. 11T, this was the point between point 1 and point 2. That's where they did best on the first set of rotation. They're trying to do the same thing in here. And I feel like Zignis are being a lot more dominant than they were before.
Oh, these boys are pissed. They are like, verdict, there ain't no way in hell you chose 11E over us. We are clearly the better team. Right now, they're 60-point bested. The pop of the TAC 5, though, is going to give a little bit of that go-go juice into the veins of the players out of 11E. They're going to get the breach here onto the P2 site. With plenty of time before it pops. Let's go ahead and pop ourselves down there. We've got a great time ahead of us. Let's go ahead and see how the comms sound for the team of 11E.
América es una bala, América es una bala, me entraron dos, güey.
Ya hay uno abajo mental cubriendo las armas, humos, stuns,
muerto barril.
Hay una bala bajo metal, una bala Folger está en
muerto. Flashado en punto, entrando a la izquierda. Puri en punto, Puri en punto, Puri en punto.
Citrox.
Y hay uno más punto.
Muerto Citrox. Flashado, muerto punto.
Aguas, hay uno.
Kobe, muerto.
One break.
Viene uno por mí, uno por mí.
Uno larga, güey, barril. Ey, abajo ten.
Muerto.
Hay uno
Abajo ten, y te ayuda. Muerto.
Hay uno
trailer.
Okay, there we go. Slow and steady wins the race, but in hardpoint, it's a race to 250. And right now, you needed that break with ample time, and certainly better late than never. We see it do come through. 11E coasting off the success of getting the breaks here later on. Can't coast by for too much longer. You're down by 30. You need to get the setup here and spoil it like you did last time around. Zignis got a full bag. Don't fumble it right now. You've got a 37-point advantage. You got the keys to the trailer. Can they lock it down? Gil
trying to, but they only got one more play, and that's the Tio with a claw, spraying and praying, finding a kill there, going for the double, making it almost a triple, destroying, denying the entrance. He was concussed, and even then managed to do something like that. On top of it, he's gonna be ramping a few utilities, a few score streaks, the Hunter Killer drone, the bread missile gonna be used as well. The kills are gonna be ramping up by the millions almost. The Tio now also with the shorty just being pretty much playing Gonga. He's been getting kills with whatever he gets his hands on, and he is not even halfway through. Once again, the shorty is there. The Annihilator is no more. He runs out of bullets.
Oh my god, no, he did not.
Get the kill. It has to be a nade to stop this man, because he was just completely going demon mode.
I was certainly trolling when Deanna was casting with me the last time we got to see Tio play, and certainly, you know, I mean every word of it. My guy is built differently. At the end of the night, Deanna thought Tio was the best thing, second to none in all of COD Mobile, and certainly he is living up to it right now. Those flicks, the reloads, the dumpsters, they're madly disrespectful right now. We're going to see how the comms sound now. How disrespectful can they be as we jump in for our second listen in with the side of Zignis.
Dos mid. Vamos, tranqui. Bueno. Ayúdate, Tillo.
Tienen tank. Vamos juntos, carajo.
Otro más, muerto mid, tengo mid, muerto mid. Buena, yo tengo mid. P1 un tiro, pelón. P1 un tiro.
Tengo ventana yo.
No, viene por medio uno. Ok, lo tengo mid. Uno mid. Dos mid. Otro más, main.
Enfocamos.
Buena, cabrón. Con este ganamos.
Ventana. Muerto.
Mucho bueno. Good night. What is going on? Very much so pleased with the performance. And Zignis shutting it down. This one wasn't even close. You heard the comms. Them boys was frying it to Tio. Man, can I get your autograph, bro? You play COD Mobile so damn good, man. Made it look easy at the top of the MVP spot. He'll dump Sheer real quick with 1-2, and then he'll get the reload and still pump you. 32 on board for the man. He's a myth. He's a legend. He is real deal, and certainly did it nasty-like towards the end. 32 on board as well as a minute and 43. Holy hell. My guy came to game today.
He absolutely did, and all began with that. Not began, but actually showed off even more with the use of the claw. And even to top it all off, I don't know if you caught that, but the Tio used it once more on that game to just get a quick double kill to deny entrance of the opponents on that last kill. It was just insane to see him playing like that. Then there's also Kimwax with the same amount of kills, 32 for himself. I would say that he was the one going demon mode on the first set of rotations, and then after that, he was playing alright, you know. It took him a little while to get back into that same mindset, but the reality is, if you have one player constantly being that OP, if it's a deal and swapping to Spades, then going to Amboy, moving on to... Jesus, I just hit myself with a table.
Don't do that, bro. We need you for the remainder of the night.
Oh, that hurts. Okay. But yeah, absolutely. I would say the first half was definitely contested by 11T. But once Zignis started holding up the machine, you know, it was completely unstoppable. It became a super huge snowball that he was unable for 11 to try to fight against. It was only game one, but look at the amount of fire that these two can bring into the mix.
My guy was flipping them, bro. Tossing them into the blender. And right now, they are. I'm sure they've been made of tortillas at this point, man. My God, they have been grinded up so much. You already know the feelings, the vibes. I read it in chat. I didn't make that up. I can't take credit for that one. But I did get a little bit of inspiration. So we're going to get geared up for game number 2. Tio, he might be cooking something nasty up over there. What does 11 have to say in return? They have not been beaten by this Zignis team at all. As a matter of fact, I don't think we've seen them. I don't know what the regular season Latham looked like, bro. But I would have to assume.
I think 11-2 won as well.
Okay, well, see, there we go. Today is just Zignis' day. We're going to have a Zignis and Luminosity Gaming grand finals for Tuesday. 11. Can we have that or not? Are you going to have anything to say about it? Next game, we're going to have to see it.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. What do 11D have to say about that? Because on this game, Zignis did what they wanted there at the end. So let's wait. Let's see. It is going to be search and destroy on standoff. And, well, we are all set. We are all ready. So we shall begin quite soon with it all. So let's get straight into business. As we mentioned, we're bouncing over onto standoff. On the defensive side, we're going to get Zignis first. Verdict. So, with 11T on offense, they got that offensive opportunity to try to build this first half however they feel, if it's allowed, of course, at the same time by Zignis.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Right now, you get to dictate the pace, you get to deal out the pressure, and you get to kind of set the tone. What kind of tone you're going to set? What shot's going to be fired off? Lucifer's in the middle of a heated gunfight. It loses Alexei, but Pallone just, they are able to find 2 in the feed. Make it 3. Kimwax and Spades, last 2. One's inside the bottom of Granny's. Free kill for Kimwax. Looking for the trade. He's got 2 lined up. And we're back to even. The equalizer coming through in the form of Kimwax. Have no fear, Zignis. You are still in this. Bomb is going to go down. Now you have to play on the back burners a retake, but we'll see how the action ensues now. We got a little bit of a split decision. Spades, a little hesitant on making the rotation. I'm going to be honest with you. With not a lot of time on the clock, he is making the long route, Gil.
I mean, long feels almost like an understatement, but you are absolutely correct, and still works out. The kill is going to be there onto Pallone, so Lucifer on his own, 1v2, 15 seconds left. They've already spotted Lucifer, but still managed to get the kill. 1v1. Kimwax, if you want to get the kill, you're going to go for it, and he does! He gets the kill, and there's just enough time.
Baby.
He's going to defuse that bomb, and Kimwax, ladies and gentlemen, not only Zignis on its own, but Zignis, sorry, did I say Zignis twice? Kimwax himself. He's been frying once again here. 3 kills on only 1 round to begin with.
Oh, man. It felt like he got more, bro. He just did so much there for the team. Spade so able to get the long flank. And it paid dividends. He's makes the 2v2 a 1v2. Certainly played a little bit of bait towards the end, but Kimwax making the gunny look absolutely his. First blood's in. Envoy's gonna dumpster 1. Spades looking for the second. Pallone. He's got the bomb heady. Can he win it? He does find 1, but he has dropped to Tio. Getting involved, and that is a problem. He is unstoppable. Detry able to find 1 as well. Wow, these rounds are just getting out of hands real quick, Levity. You've got to get your wits about yourself. Find a little bit of success early in these rounds. Stop dropping bodies. Play a little bit more reserve. I guess that play style of aggressive is certainly theirs to enjoy, but again, it just feeds right into the beast of the belly of the beast of Zignis. And right now, that belly ain't full. It still want more.
Difficult, but this time around, and a grenade will be the first blood now going in favor of 11T. On top of that, they're going to be planting the bomb. The only one defending there was the Tio. So the Tio, let's see what he has to say about that. They're trying to be killed. The Tio wants to go forward. Has not realized that there's someone dropped to the ground there, but still gets the kill with a shorty. A nade kill for Detry. And they're aiming for more, but there's Puedes to try to defend. Puedes still alive. So there's still hope alongside with Pallone. Puedes then finds a double. Puedes now with the opportunity to take a triple himself. He's the only one alive. Tio gets down. The last player remaining on the side of 11T. That was definitely a whole lot closer, but still not going to be enough.
Yeah, closer. Definitely not enough. Get the job done. Completely different story right now. 3 rounds in a row. The Zignis, they know all about getting the job done. They've done it. Been there, done that. Hardpoint victory under their belt. They are smooth sailing right now, Gil. Not a bit of adversity. Not a uppercut, not a jab, not a cheap shot in the world can throw this team off. Spades opens up with the first blood. Flawless here. In the transition, Kimwax flirting with disaster right now. Does spot the call out there for the back alley. Certainly backs back, plays life now as Pallone's made his way over towards the A site. This bomb is certainly looking to go down. Minute 35 of the clock going to disappear. We're going to see 45, but it's the Kimwax nade. That dumpsters the top side of the cubby, clears it out. The bomb carrier made it out alive. For the time being, hold my cup, verdict. Zignis says they are cooking, and Alexei, he's the last man alive. Ain't no match for the 3 left standing here for Zignis. Can we see a worthy opponent at 11? Where are you at?
I mean, at this point, it almost feels like Zignis are like, you know what, 11T, go ahead, go and plant the bomb, because the way that I'm gonna break through whatever defense you're trying to create over there is not going to be compared to the amount of player force that I'm gonna get through you. It's just working round after round round after round, ladies and gentlemen. We are with a 4-0, and Detri gonna open up the floor space, immediately going for a double. Not gonna be possible. Just is gonna say no to that. Just finally getting one more kill over there. Alex, in the meantime, also took a double kill for himself. Bob is gonna be planted. There's gonna be a player lead in favor of 11T, but is that enough though? That's the biggest question. We are still gonna get the one of the MVPs from last time, which was Kimwash, alongside with Spades, who is also cooking with 5 kills for himself. So let's see. 30 seconds on the board. Tick tack, ladies and gentlemen. It's not necessarily the best case scenario for Zignis, and they know it. So they are slowly trying to push forward. Here's Kimwash now with a holder. Kimwash with a holder in hand will realize there's someone to the right. Not gonna be enough. Alexei gonna fry with 4 kills this round, if I'm not mistaken, Birdie. 4 kills for Alexei. Will finally secure the first point for 11T here.
Hey, somebody had to do it. Right now, 11T are hemorrhaging, bro. They're losing blood at a very fast rate. That round's certainly going to be able to stop the bleeding for now, but it is not going to heal the wound. It is still fresh. Stitches or not, we'll see if they can bounce back now. It's been all 8 hits. Alexei looking for the mid-map approach. Not going to find anybody. Lucifer opens up with the first blood. They've done the deed on the back alley, and they've dealt the damage to one of the better players, arguably, on this Zignis roster here in Search and Destroy. It's Kimwax right now. Envoy holding out a cheeky spot. He's got the farm site, or the tractor site, locked down. Bombs down with it, and nobody there, as Alexei was on a one-man mission. And this round might have blown up in the face of 11 here as they made the hit. They tried to, at least. And Zignis just sniffing it out too well. Envoy getting some more info there. Tio looking to get some shots from the Deagle. And look at him. He's looking to go big. He's got the doof with the Master of Snakeskin as well. Oh, boy. If you come and try and pick this bomb up, you've got another thing on your hands to deal with.
Issues just that bomb being so far out of reach for 11T. They're trying to regain control, but it's just not being easy for them. This is a 4v3. There's hiding behind the tank. The hands up Puedes, but not gonna do too much, at least just yet. Just was trying to be sneaky. Just was trying to get behind enemies' lines. Not gonna work out. Everybody drops the Tio. Is he using the R9 now? All of a sudden? What?
Yeah. Hey, man, look.
Okay.
Hey, you got to know your role, right? He knows what he has to do. If everyone else is cooking, he's got to find a way to just get right into the mix. Yeah.
I'm not too sure if he was like his R9, you know?
It had to have been. He had a Deagle. He had a Deagle as a secondary, so there's no way he dropped. Well, maybe he did drop a CBR for a Deagle. Or for maybe drop the CBR for the R9.
It's in the middle of the game, you know?
My guy's playing gun game earlier. Right now, he's playing gun game in the Search to Destroy. First blood's in.
True.
It's plenty of joy here for Kimwax Zignis. They are rocking and rolling. Levity yet to put up any kind of stout line of defense, any kind of signs of help, any kind of hope for a comeback. This is their round 2 down, though. 3 left standing. You've lost Lucifer and Alexei. Alexei, by far, one of the better Search to Destroy talents here. Not alive, but Justino is. We'll see if he can reel the team back in. Hit's been made over towards the A site. Kimwax trying to get the bomb down. Envoy has been lost in translation. There goes Justino. The hit is good. It's good for 1 to Tio. The counterpart can't win the gunfight. Peels his wig back on the head glitch. But his teammate does revenge him very quickly now as it's down to 1 for 1. Detri the sniper, no good against the Holger. And round 1 back in favor of 11, but at this time, do you still feel that 11 have a shot at making the comeback here? It's never chalked, I get it, but this game has been, I mean, almost a copy pasta from the heart point. It has just been a brutal beatdown at Zignis. I mean, they've just been laughing in their side of the ring, right?
I mean, it could at this point they pretty much could. Right now it's a Tio on the side of gas station, but the reality is that Zignis have been super dominant, not only now on hardpoint, but now on S&D, like you mentioned. So it's beginning to feel really difficult for 11 to find the right mindset, the right strategy to actually find a way to break through it all, because in here they're just not having their best time. They're not having the most fun. They're still trying though, and that shows, but trying is still not gonna be enough. There's gonna be a sniper shot for Lucifer, who takes down Pelon, sorry, not Pelon, but Kimwax. So bomb carrier gonna be having to change. Lucifer in the meantime gonna find another kill onto that tree. The TU was like, you know what, I'm the bomb carrier, I'm gonna go deep in for a potential plan in here, but we're losing members by the second. Tatillo do be doing his own thing, but it's not going to be enough. Finally finds another situation where he can take a kill, and he does so. Lucifer to the graveyard, ladies and gentlemen. 3 versus 2. 45 seconds on the clock. And only the most OG players that are in Zignis right now, Tatillo and Envoy, will attempt to bring the opportunity for one more round in their way.
Yeah, they are. Envoy is sitting here. I don't know if he's seen it yet, but certainly somebody had to have. There's Puedes right here on the barrel side, and he could have had a great position to go big right now. This round might be dictated by the COD timing that Envoy had for himself there. Is going to be able to get the revenge there on Puedes, but the damage is done. The teammates collapsed. Bomb's going to get picked up. Justino snaking it out here on the backside of the barrels. 10 seconds left to go. You got to hop the plant. Justino's going to be out. Envoy, the back turns at the wrong moment.
Timing.
And some unfortunate COD timing for Envoy just all throughout that round. Nonetheless, it doesn't matter to 11. They've got a round under their belt, and this gap now is only 2 rounds. This is certainly doable for the side of 11D.
Doesn't matter how you get there, all that matters is you getting the outcome you want, and that's exactly what happened for 11-2, who brings home the 2nd round in a row, and a grand total of 3 for themselves. No kills are going to be taken just yet, but we do see that Lucifer is in a position to find a kill, and he does, but there's also going to be 2 players traded in favor of Zignis now. So 3v4, the opportunity for another kill is going to come through for Tatillo. Kim walks through the wall, takes down Justino, so alone completely on his own. Bomb is going to be planted. In the meantime, he does find a kill, but it might just not be enough because there's plenty of enemies on the surrounding areas, so it is going to be a freebie pretty much for Kimwax. Finally, another point for Zignis. 11 total for Kimwax himself, and a map point in favor of Zignis.
Map point there. Putting their names up there as one of the best here in this Mobile Mayhem season. Obviously, they finished second for a reason, right? We'll see if they can cap it off now. They put up a hell of a lead here in the Search and Destroy, 6-3, flirting with a game to win. Very commanding, though, if they do. We'll see if this unorthodox strategy works here on the back line. They are able to sniff out Alexei. The bait works. Alexei's dropped first blood in. You got to hit over towards the B site. You might be able to do it, but look at Puedes. He's got a good sight line on the top side of Granny's. Not necessarily going to get involved right now. The hit is going to be redirected. Justino is on an island here in the cubby, and he is about to get overwhelmed by 3 players making the rotation through. The first initial contact. Here is Tatillo. Oh, baby! Right in the ear hole, looking for more. There's 2. Lucifer, you want something? You can have it, buddy. There is just everybody from 11 dropping. It's all Lucifer. This round is over. This game is over. Zignis, on the backs of some well-coordinated plays, pushes towards that site, shut down this 11 team in a rather convincing fashion. Kill. They're up 2-0 in the series.
And a shutdown indeed. Great game for Zignis once again. A dominant way to outperform the opponents. And a great game for Kimwax, Tatillo, Spades, Samboy. I feel like I'm missing one. Detry as well. Look at those numbers. Pretty similar. Of course, as I mentioned, there's a little bit of an edge for Kimwax particularly. But the reality is that all as a team did such a great job. There's even 3 defusals for Kimwax, and it shows that, well, 11T was pretty much capable to always activating those explosive devices, but as I mentioned to you, I definitely felt like Zignis were not bothered by them being hyperly trying to plant the bomb, because they always had a plan to how to counter those actions.
No, you're right. It's like, hey, bro, you know what? Take the bomb. You can have it. It's yours for now. Once that bomb plant goes down, we are going to swarm you so quick, you're not going to be able to react. That's exactly what they did, bro. You might have had all of those plants. You had 4 successful on the attack, but boy, oh boy, did you get bombarded after those hits came through. Not able to keep their head above water. We are heading to the control. I need to restart my emulator, so do not start the series. I do not want to miss out on this. It was bugged for a moment, so give me just a moment to reset. But if you're just now tuning in, it has been a Zignis show. 11 have just merely participated in the games along with it. 2-0 fashion, they have taken the lead in this series. This is the last hope. 11. I claimed earlier that you are one of the better control teams And I said that for a reason. They have yet to drop a Game 3. If it has gone the distance in a best of 3, they did not lose a single control off throughout the regular season. Now, this map, I don't know how they're going to play it. I don't know what's going to happen. Right now, it looks like it is Zignis day to play. It's Zignis, boy. They are not taking no for an answer. This could be a 3-0 sweep.
And I mean, I remember, this is Summit, right? I remember a time where Just has used the shotgun in the past, and we just witnessed out of nowhere for like a round, I want to say, Tatillo using a shotgun as well. So maybe that's a possibility. I definitely feel like it was just a single round that he was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out, and he was like, maybe not the best one for me to be using, but the reality is that you can take a lot of value with a shotgun here on Summit, and even more so in something like Control, where, you know, the areas are a bit more compact, right? A bit more together, instead of you having to rotate from one end to the other of the map. On Control, you got general areas, and you can really control them out really effectively with a shotgun. So maybe we'll see them. We'll have to wait for one more player to ready up, and once he does, we're gonna go straight into the action, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3, match point situation for the Zignis roster, who were not happy about losing to 11 yesterday, and in here we are deep in a situation where it's just super in their favor.
You're absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, I do recall there was one time this season we saw 11 play this map, and I recall it very vividly now that I'm thinking back, because that was an amazing way they played it. As a matter of fact, Just was a demon on this particular map in that particular reason. They beat Simplicity in a Game 3. The head-to-head went to them on the backs of this map right here, and that single-handedly handed Simplicity's ticket out the door for not a chance at a playoff berth. I gotta change the scene, sorry. What is going on? Why is it not starting? There we go, we're good to go now. So, Just, you've got to have a haymaker of a performance here. You got the guilt of being on, or you got the pleasure of being on the defense off the rip. Let's see if they can capitalize on it now as we start to see things unfold. Yeah, we hear the gunfights, the trailer's about to hit check. You're not missing out on much. It's just a little bit of a 1-2 punch and a 3-for-3 trade. We're right in it now.
Well, for the time being, I did notice that R9 being popped by Tatillo, but unfortunately enough, there's Lucifer to counter that interaction. Lucifer now with a good amount of kills for himself, you know, 2 so far, and with the possibility to continue defending on the side of Alpha, patiently waiting for someone to walk by, spot someone up above, so the call is going to be made. You know, guys, there's someone over there, so might as well be careful. But the problem was that someone was the tier with a shotgun, who got a kill and then got dropped dead himself. The capture of Bravo gonna continue here by the hands of who I think was Detri. Unfortunately got spotted, so Bravo is barely missing that second tick in favor of Zignis, but Inboy is now gonna bounce inside. He's just looking left to right. He's not sure where they're gonna be at. In the second he realized that the point was taken, the tick was in their way, he's like, I don't need no more, I'm just gonna reposition. But the problem is that Lucifer was already sneaking that interaction, and Tatillo was as well. Double kill for Tatillo here with the R9. Now waits for someone else. Continues the capture over on Bravo. Zignis capturing both at the same time, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is going to come through. The second tick is going to be there as well. 2 minutes on the board.
Man.
They got a kill lead as well. What even is this?
I mean, they're dancing circles right around 11 right now. They don't know how to react. Zignis doing a tango on the hill. They're going to be able to get the ticks of progress to close this one out. Zignis, one doof to the face. That's all it takes. The headshots are nasty. And that one was over before it began. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of the end. 11 might have a undefeated record in the regular season against Zignis, and also a 2-1, 3-1 win last night. We forgot all about that. Zignis, they're here. They're bodying them. And it's not even close, Gil. We haven't even seen one map where 11 looked like they were a sound team. Payoff round. 3 down almost instantly to defense. Holding firm, the claw looking damn good in the paws of Tatillo. He is just ravaging them right now. No room to breathe. You got a spawn trap enabled. There goes the Pretty. It's the 3-piece. They just sit there and take it. The scratch that, it was 2. And certainly as soon as you spawn in, you're hoping that you're not getting feasted on. And if you're in the lobby with Zignis right now, you're getting beasted. I mean, good night, bro. They could pop a pimple with that kind of pressure.
I mean, it's just incredible how they're doing already at 10 kills advantage, and they're looking for more blood. Look at Detri already waiting for them with a quick 6. Gonna find the kill onto Just, goes for the double onto Puedes, but Puedes is gonna deny that opportunity. Still 30 seconds on the clock, but the Lights are gonna have a huge detrimental situation for 11 now, who are trying to overcome their demons, but in reality, the Zignis are doing what they have been doing all night long, which is just dominating, being super consistent in here, playing with whatever weapon, whatever strategy they feel like playing it in here. With only 6 lives left, Verdict, there's not a whole lot left for the side of 11T. They're trying to go for it, but no more spawns. 17 lives in 10 seconds. It's just not doable.
This is such a slap in the face, too. Look, Teo's just sitting here waiting. They said, hey, you know what? We're not going to spawn trap them. We're going to give them a chance. You know, that false hope, it relies right here. Summit, no hope left here. 11 have bit the bag. And my God, Zignis have had their way with you. 10 ways to Sunday. It's only Thursday, Gil. My God, what is going on? We're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to see what's going on now as we dive into the first listen. And they could end it here in this round. Let's find out what those comps sound like for Zignis.
Oscuro, tiro.
Uno
Garracón.
Me mató. Ok, calma. Va pushando, escalera mid, puedes.
Sí, sigue escalera mid.
Vamos, oscuro.
Son 3 y 2 güeyes. Escuchen. Muerto, ayúdame.
Está puente, P2. Top, buena. Son 2.
¿Qué regalaron,
Mira,
voy a avanzar un poquito.
me meto.
No, empujando.
Ayuden oscuro, vengan oscuro.
Van a hacer control. Ani amarillo.
Amarillo, holdeando.
Larga, mató.
Muerto Lani.
Buena.
Hay uno top.
Tengo garra.
Cuidado el dron. No gasten operadores, solo
Yo
tac.
tengo todo.
Arco P1.
Voy por él,
Saltó.
Jaula.
Muerto.
Tengo B.
2 P2.
Pusharon otro más en P2. Buena. OBJ.
Buena. Oh my God, everything's just so buena here for this Zignis team. So lovely. Just absolutely electric. The comms there, you heard it. They are all in full effect. As a matter of fact, I was looking in the Discord. Somebody was listening to Bad Bunny, homie. I wanted to blast it at this point. But obviously, we can't do anything copyrighted. Unfortunately, here for 11, they are not having themselves a case of the good times. They're having some of the worst. And by God, are they getting destroyed here, wrecked. Just absolutely demoralized. And Zignis, I mean, they're about as happy of a bunch of a group of guys playing a game as anybody I've ever heard.
I definitely feel like demoralized is the perfect word, because this is just not 11T no more. You know, they've been completely shattered into pieces, and they not find a way to rebuild themselves. That's just not the case. You're gonna see Pelon with only 4 kills, man. This player, this beast, this monster with a Holger right now is struggling like no one else so far this game. It is just incredible. And like you mentioned, the callouts on the side of Zignis is still really up above. They're super high. They know what's going on. Right now, even there's Kimwax using the Annihilator. They're trying to go for the capture over on Bravo. It's gonna be a close one for sure. It could go either way, if I'm being honest. Even a nade kill there for Alexa. Spades is trying to answer back. Zignis, I feel like wasting an operator over there by the hands of Kimwax, but it doesn't matter no more. Right now, they are still winning. They're gonna, if they lose, which they do this round, they got a defense. And let's be honest, they won that first offensive round, but the defensive one was just a complete situation where they bullied the opponents.
Oh God, it was brutal. It's kind of like watching a bully beat up on a young child. It was not very pretty sight. It was gruesome. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I could watch it again. 11, do you have anything left in the tank? You got that dog in you. Where has that been at all night long? You have not shown up to this match. Claw out for Puedes. He is fighting demons over here. Could not get a single shot to land, and a wasted operator nonetheless. Takes some progress coming through. Zignis down by 2 here, and I think this is the biggest advantage we've seen in the control round so far, other than the last one where we saw go down to the wire in a win fashion. So Big hit coming through for the TAC 5, looking to prove to be successful. It is going to be good enough to get some hits here onto the A site. The dream is still alive. Maybe sparking a little bit of comeback. Levity, this one's not over yet, they say.
And it is definitely not over there indeed. I mean, they still have the opportunity to fight, and they are taking it. They are trying to make it their own. They already, like you mentioned, captured that objective. They're going for even more pressure. Not even thinking about the objective verdict. They're just going in for the kills, which I feel like is not necessarily the best situation. I'm looking at Belon, who was just not over on Bravo. He was just holding the top side of control now. He now finally begins to push and finds a double for himself. It took him a while, but he's now finally cooking some good all past before the squad trying to pass it by. They get a 7 kills lead in favor of 11T, and all the sudden verdict after such a disastrous beginning of the game. 11T are on.
They are. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see what they are on. Looks like they're going to be by themselves for a little bit of time here for the next round. Let's go ahead and jump in and see what those comms sound like. We might even linger towards the next one as well.
Les tengo oscuro, les tengo oscuro.
Bien, bien, pilas verdes nada más. Pilas
Mid-range,
están verdes.
C-box. Con. Evox, sí. Ya capturan, güey, ya capturan.
Evox muerto.
Uno spawn, atrás de ustedes.
Vinieron, güey, qué cagones, güey.
Bueno.
Tenemos que ganar 3 top, güey, y va a ir uno de ellos.
Venga, güeyes, venga.
¿Tienen algo para todos ustedes?
No, tengo Puri,
Ellos van a usar garra, güey.
Es que van a usar garra, güey.
Yo digo que si vemos que latean nos salimos, o sea...
Tiene trophy y escalera mid, ¿no?
Espérate, pelón.
Escalera mid.
Pusharon verde. Puri verde. Va a subir top,
Sí, top. Están capturando.
Puri con blue ahora.
Okay, there we go. Comms in. These boys are still here alive, kicking it. Spades, popping the Fury. Looking to go big. He's in the spawn sites. Looking to open up a little bit of a flood gap. It is Justino, though, who is feasting in the spawn site. Finally gets shut down. Does find a few before he goes. And right now, back and forth we've gone. It is down to doing the objective in Zignis. They have already put the time in onto that A site.
If you remember, that was exactly the way they won the first one, and they're trying to do it again. They got a small kill gap, but the objective is going to be defaulting here. There's going to be the claw by Tatillo not having an effect. The side of 11T knew that that claw was going to be important. They were making a call for it once we were there on the VC, and they immediately shut down Tatillo, which is going to be definitely huge for them. On top of it, they popped that TAC 5. They're going in for revenge. They are going to avenge their past lives right now, trying to do so, and kind of successful at it. But you know, they're still on with already 12 kills, now trying to prevent people from rotating. There's also the positioning from Alexei that did not work out by whatsoever, but there's another club, but this time it's going to be for 11, so that is going to be Puentes. Puentes with the opportunity, going to find one, going to find two, going to go for a 3, but Kimo's going to say no to that. The use of the vortex machine also by Detri, but that could have been way more hurtful for 11T if they didn't take down Puentes on time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He could have gone absolutely hammer, berserk, bananas, bonkers right now. That's not the case. 10-8 life count. The defense standing strong. 11 showing a little bit of a sign of life in Zignis. Back to the spawn they go. They've only got 8 lives left. Zignis trying to make the most of it. Tatillo looking to play a little bit of fiery rolls here. Trying to clear out the top, but they are certainly on the bottom. Detri now coming through the top side as well. The hit is on. It's on to the snow site. It's already been sniffed out, but Lucifer can't win his ones. Alexei trying to get the redirect and the reposition. He's anticipating the push. They are certainly coming up the stairs here at the moment, trying to prolong it as long as he can. Certainly, it's going to create a little bit of time lost. But other than that, it's also going to be able to open a flood gap here for Just. If he can get into a prime position to shut down the rotation towards B, he has done it. Detri's dropped. Who's the next man? Oh my God, it's Tatillo. He's got an R9. He's got a problem with 11E, and he wants to end it here. They hop the hill. There's 3 here. Make it 1 now. And 11E are going to be able to hold on for dear life, but it's down to a 4v4, Gil.
Oh, indeed, no more respawns, no more opportunities. Spades there took a kill. There's the Pred missile gonna be popped, but Lawn drops dead. Verdict, they're no longer over on Bravo, but the timer is still in favor of Zignis in a way if they get inside. But Lucifer with a great position will find a kill. He is enough of a distraction for Puedes to get another kill. Then Just gonna answer back a 1v1 all of a sudden, and Just is gonna make it happen. 1v1, and Envoy, I think, was the last one alive on the side of Zignis, was not capable of clutching. These were not such a nail biter, ladies and gentlemen. GG, well played, and coming back from the ashes, 11T.
Okay.
Will be making it possible for us to go to a game 4.
All right, chat. Do you bleed blue or do you bleed purple? Let me know right now. If 11T completes this comeback, it is going to be the complete reverse sweep. One for the ages. That's right. They were down 2-0 in that control, and they find 3 rounds in a row. That one came down to the wire in a 1v1 fashion. You already know, if you want one person alive for this team, it was Justino. And who was it? Justino. This just in. They clutched the control. We're heading over to another hard point. That's right, this one is not over. You better not leave your seats. We are going to a game 4. 11E starting to finally fight back, and their top dog is Puedes in that control, 32-27. 30-27 for Justino, but that 1v1 for the ages. This one could have ended there. That one might be the spark of life that 11E needs to fire back on all cylinders. On the flip side of things, Zignis, man, y'all guys look great. What happened?
Yeah, unfortunate situation over there. Chad finally catching on to the action. They are going crazy, and understandably so. We went all the way down to a round 5 verdict, and we ended with a 1v1 fight as well. Like, there's literally no better ending for a game of control. So GG, well played, and well, we're now going back on to Hardpoint, which was definitely heavily dominated by the side of Zignis, but it was dominated on the second half. We know that 11T are capable of fighting just 1-to-1 against Zignis, so we still gotta keep our eyes open, right? They can't on the side of Zignis be feeling comfortable just yet, right?
No.
They need to secure a clear advantage and follow through with it, because this is still 11T that we're talking about.
It's still 11 that we're talking about. It's never over until it's over. It's never chalk, chat. Doesn't matter how bad it gets. Desperate times calls for desperate measures right there. It came down to one last play. 11 just hanging on by a thread. Just going absolutely crazy there for that last one. And could be the start of an amazing comeback. Imagine telling this story later on down the road. Like, I remember casting that series. Zignis were beating the dog crap out of them. And then 11 woke up in that 3rd round at the control, and boy, oh boy, that could be the case. We never know. Zignis didn't close it out. Opened up the door here for 11 to make their comeback, and my God, the copy pastas here. It could be devastating to read after a little bit of a comeback and a little bit of a spark out of this 11 team. This one is certainly an El Clasico that I am super excited to be a part of, Gil.
I know we're going to be moving not only Hardpoint, but on Slums Verdict. And this is definitely a map that I don't think I've seen these two play enough on. So, honestly, that's just another factor for me to not know what's going to happen next, you know? 11T finally being able to win their own game. I'm sure, as happy as they can be for us going to a game 4, I'm sure they're still going to be feeling a little bit of pressure over their shoulders. We can say the exact same thing over on the side of Zignis, right? So at this point in time, both are anxious, both are trying to win. So that the only difference between these two is that Zignis is the one with the better end of the first 3 maps. So at this point in time, 11T, they gotta make sure that whatever lead they manage to just build for themselves, they gotta secure it and just take it as their most pressure thing in the world, because they need it in order to move forward onto the Grand Finals.
Oh, you're absolutely right. If you're just not tuning in, you've missed a banger of a series so far. Control win grants 11 a second chance at life. We're heading down to Panama for some slums action, baby. I hope you packed your passport, Gil. We're going to need it to get into this country. It's certainly going to be an epic one, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading down to the canal. And my God, 11, what have you done? Is this the game that we had asked for? Well, good. Guess what? This is the game that you earned. Let's see if you can make the most of it. Zignis, can you put him away? This is it. You have the ice in your veins. Can you shut him down? Can you find a way to take this 11 team down a notch? You haven't beat them all season long. You haven't beat them for as long as I can remember. First initial encounters. It's Zignis all over the hill. They're starting off with a little bit of a fiery pack, but it is 11. They got the dog in them still, Gil. And Alexei, he's still holding the fort strong here on the point.
He's trying to survive over there, but there's an 8 dropped by Spades. The regaining of control by Zignis player Titillo, but quickly gonna be spotted. Once again, we're gonna see Keemwax using this Holger. I feel like this last game for Keemwax was definitely the worst off of the 3, but we know how capable of using this Holger he is, and even more so on a map where you can truly take value off of it, right? On Summit, we know how close gap it is. I think he was just not feeling himself on that map particularly, but on a map like Slums, there's definitely plenty of angles for you to try to attempt to abuse here with the Holger, and I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to be doing. There's Envoy taking the few, or trying to take the last few seconds off of P1, but the initial hold up, not only the heal, but also the spawns. It's going to be there first for Zignis.
Yeah, there we go. Down the slums we go. Backside, you looking for the basement, or the backside of this rotation there for the good spawns. Tac 5's pop. Zignis are waiting for the hit, but they cannot handle Lucifer. He has found a little bit of a seam there. Puede's able to add some fire to it. And just like that, with this flick and snap of a few thumbs and fingers, a little bit of movement and a little bit of gunny, certainly the spawns are going to go in favor of 11. Now, can they maximize potential off of it? Right now, they cannot win a gunfight on the hill. They cannot contest. They shall not pass. Zignis holding down the fort for long, but not too long. It is Justino. As we do see 11, a little bit of a scrap goes a long way. Right now, they are covering both ends, and they are able to maintain the advantage here at the P2 site now, as they are down by 20 rolling in this one. They get the break with ample time to capitalize on.
Definitely something needed to happen here for 11T, but this time is not gonna be it, at least just yet. The first one in there is gonna be Keemwax alongside with Titillo to secure the side of P3. The rotation was there for Just, but quickly got spotted at a distance and immediately shut down. An initial hold yet again in favor of Zignis has become a constant and not a variable no more for them, and that is just bad news for the side of 11T. They are the ones to try to be proactive, not just reacting back to whatever the opponents are doing, but you be the one making them think about the next move, because you are the upfront team, and right now this has not been the case. The Annihilator going to be popped by Joss, who picks up that kill onto Titillo. That is definitely going to help alongside with Attack 5 to clear the heal for them. Joss with the Annihilator going to miss one, but now going to miss the second. Finds another kill onto Space. A few shots through the wall, not going to collect onto anybody. He actually gets killed. The only one alive is going to be Alex through the smoke. He's trying to survive and manages to do so with the help of also Lucifer and his own Pharaoh. It seems like the last few seconds will be given to Alexei. He tries to defend himself and he succeeds at it. On top of it, they're trying to rotate onto the next kill. The first one to be there is Lucifer. Lucifer here now already got spotted, so he's trying to be cautious, trying to be careful against the push forward, but does not check that corner. Lucifer. Lucifer, you gotta check those corners, man.
You got to. Justino does. He does find one lurking. Attack 5's pop for Zignis. Mechanic shop's open for business, homie. If you need your car repaired, I know a guy right now. That guy is Tio. He is trying to put in work. A little bit of overtime here as we have gone the distance in game number 4. Levity biting off a little more than they can shoot. Absolutely not. They know exactly what's going on. They get the break here. Matter of fact, it is going to go back and forth, though, as we see Envoy hop it now as the Purifier coming out to play. Alexei is not a friendly foe. He is looking for blood and certainly finds it now. Halfway through the marker here on the P4 side, it is going to be the advantage handed back in favor of 11. They are here. They are ready to play. They are ready to put Zignis out of their misery. Zignis cannot get the job done in 3. And this is the byproduct of that now. 15 seconds left for grab. This one could tie us up, or it could be a little bit of an upper hand in favor of Zignis. Can they get the rotation to P1, 2, as well as that next setup for P2? Well, Gil, right now, it's basically a dead even tie after 4 sets of hills. This one is certainly going to end in a photo-like fashion.
Right now, 11 are pretty much trying to build a wall up on mid, but they immediately lose a few members, but still manages to survive and go back into the building stage, and they're doing a great job. Zignis are trying to break through it, and they will manage to do that after 10 seconds, verdict. 10 seconds was all it took for Zignis to break through all of that, but at the same time, 11T are not going to give up anytime soon, and Lucifer is trying to go redeem that area up. Not going to be possible. Kimwax is back into his own sauce, being a different bread, and in here, gonna be now doing a lot of help for the team. Unfortunately, there's a nade that says a different story, and because of that, he got killed. The control once more gonna be in favor of 11T, and Zignis try to rotate to the next hill, but there's a surprise for them, and that's Puedes with a claw machine. Finds a couple of extra kills, but still gonna be spotted. Verdict. Puedes' idea was brilliant, but unfortunately could not actually follow through with it.
No, they couldn't. We'll see if the Zignis can follow it up. They had the spawns last time around. Can they hold the fort down? We'll jump in to see how the comms sound now as we do our first justice of listening in.
Los ayudo. Viene medio. Túnel. Muerto medio. Otro túnel no lo veo. Otro medio y túnel. Medio. 2 puntos.
Arco en punto.
Arco. A la mierda, güey.
Tenemos deep. Tranquis, güey, tranquis. Entramos juntos.
El arco está atrás. Arco
muerto el arco.
Muerto close, uno más. En la pared, pegado a la pared. Uno solo.
Está un tiro en la trascan.
Aniquilador en el basurero.
Close, tocado. Buena ahí. Otro
muertos. Vamos next de una vez.
Váyanse, yo me quedo.
Uno en blue. Está close izquierda.
Me quedo yo, vete.
¿Militar puede ser? Nada, close.
Con. Uno con,
Lo tengo. Pusimos de una vez después.
En media calle.
Media calle, muertos dos. Pushé. Solo es uno en el blue one.
Están apareciendo hasta
Tengo Ani.
Oh boy, that one almost took a turn for the wrong. Right now, they capitalize on both the rotations and the break there back into the hill that they have worked so hard to get Gil. Right now, backside spawns are going to be locked down. It is Zignis all over the objective, but 11, they are biting up something vicious to make this comeback happen. And certainly, this is not going to be the game they lose, right?
Oh, that was the question, man. That's the question in here. The advantage is going to be about 30 or so seconds in favor of 11T. Tag 5 going to be popped by Envoy. Envoy now defending from the inside of the kill. Finds a kill onto Alexa. Now begins to wait. Going to be dropping that hunter killer drone. That is definitely going to land onto anyone just soon. No. Actually, no kill is going to be given for that hunter killer drone, but does not matter. What matters is the pressure that you place with it. That is more than enough for Zignis to be also close to the 200 points mark, ladies and gentlemen. We saw it in the past. 11T on hardpoint had a great first half, but right now they are once again going to be struggling. They are losing pace. They're losing control. They're losing grip of the edge, and right now losing the grip is deadly for them because there's nothing for them to hold on to but this game. They need to, they have to, and right now they're just not in that scenario. And on top of it, there's gonna be spades inside of the hill with the pure fire. Will begin to push, goes into Citrus, finds the hill onto Just, turns around. He knows that they're gonna be pressuring, but although he knows, he still gets killed. There's also another pure fire, this time by Alexa, finds one. Alexa who gets killed but still finds two with it, and that is gonna allow 11T to try to break through it, but it's not gonna be as easy as it sounds inside of the hill. There's still Detri alongside with Space and Kimwax with the Annihilator, the quick retake. They only need 30 seconds, and this could be the last kill, and 11T knows that.
11 knows it. They feel under pressure, but will they fold under it? Right now, they are getting folded in the hills. The connection from P2 has been flawless all the way over to the mechanic shop. Finally, a little bit of breathing room. They are able to keep the dream alive. 227 to 150, only 15 seconds left for grabs. Not going to be able to close it out here if you're side of Zignis, and now you got to start to set up for the new rotations. P1 has not granted you a lot of time, and P2 has been a coin toss at the very least. 11 still have their foot in the door. We'll see if they can make something happen here on the reset as it's the third time around. Hill's going to be popping here a moment. Spades, he's got attack 5, not able to stay alive, but Zignis are still all over the objective. Name of the game is at least get a few points off this one and close it out if you can. If you're 11, you've got to contest.
have to, and they're not being capable of doing so. Yes, they do. Take the kill out the Spades, and immediately bouncing inside. There's Puedes. Puedes now trying to survive. 40 seconds left, and Envoy takes a kill, but still buys the dust himself. The next one there is going to be Tatillo, breaking through it all. Also killed as well. The Annihilator going to be popped by Justino, but Just, you got to get inside as well yourself. My friend finds another kill onto Envoy. Goes now for the quadro kill with the Annihilator. Is going to miss the shot. Goes for another one. Misses again. Does not matter too much. Still the fight going to continue. 20 more seconds on the inside of the P1 reset. In the side of 11 to still have the 100 killer drone. No, sorry, the Pred missile will be used by Just. Finds another kill, but also gets intel onto where the opponents are at, but it's not gonna be enough. Gets killed on the worst possible side. Prelude tries to find a way to get inside, and he does. We are gonna move on to P2, but with Zignis in only need of 3 seconds, and Tatillo just popping off his own claw right now.
Oh, he is. They're on the hill. Levity might have the spawns, but you don't have Tatillo in it in the objective. He's been taken down. Levity, they get the break. They got the hold. They've got to hold on for dear life. This is make or break for them. 247 to 184. They've got to be basically flawless. And at this point, they have not been flawless this whole series. Right now, they are holding on by a thread. Here comes the gravity vortex, shutting down one Envoy. Not able to stay alive, though. 249 and counting, just 1 more second. Zignis, can you shut this one down? A swarm of 11 players are all over the objective as of right now. 2 players are left standing. It's Alexei trying to get there for holding on. Not going to be able to do it. Puedes, though, is there. He's going to be able to hang on by a thread. 10 seconds remaining now. Still plenty of time for Zignis to close it, but they are going to saddle up for new. And 11 might have done it. We'll see if they can make the connection, but Puedes, he's the last lone survivor. It's all on Detri. He deals the damage. The game is done on the P2. It's not about the rotation. It's about getting those kills too early. And boy, did they count their eggs before they hatched. Those chickens never developed. Zignis, they shut this series down. Ain't no reverse sweeps happening here at Gil.
And all you need is a single point to win the game. There's no such thing as scrap time, and we just saw that in the literal last second. Gets his feet inside of the heel, finds the point they needed, and 11 gave their hearts out to bring in the opportunity to win this one up. But they're gonna be falling way too short. On the bright side, Zignis, ladies and gentlemen. Zignis, as he is, are gonna be gaining that golden ticket. They made it verdict. They're going to the grand finals. And I told Ken, I knew that Envoy was gonna have an impact. Okay. And I'm not only meaning this on the kills department, also the OBJ, but maybe if you don't understand what he's saying, you know, the language itself, but he's always a player who brings in the cool, calm, and collective needed for a player to be communicating what is supposed to be happening at each time. And that's something that I definitely had a huge edge in favor of Zignis here.
There we go. All I gotta say about that one is buena, 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 buena. Yeah, those comms. My God. What a game. What a series. This one had potential, but 11 not able to step up to the plate and take the swings. Now we're gonna head back to the main desk now, where Ken will be joining us. Ken, are you not entertained?
What an incredible series. I actually, in my head, I was like, oh, I hope they don't leave one guy on that last point, because I was like, you can win off of 0 seconds. We've seen that multiple times in rank, but you were right, Gil. I'm going to give credit where credit's due. You said Envoy, and Envoy was that one pair that popped off that game, but I've learned that I should never bet against Tatillo. Man, the boy popped off with that R9 as well. Oh my goodness. That was like 2 incredibly close games. Hey, I'm low-key, I was like, oh, 11 potentially speaking, could get that 3-2 reverse sweep. That would have been incredible.
It was possible. It was possible, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an incredible finals, I'm going to be honest, right? Zignis versus LG next week on Tuesday. It's gonna go down. It's about to go crazy. Congratulations to those 2 teams. Then we also have the bronze game. It's gonna be 11 versus Fierce. But oh my God, that I couldn't ask for a better game. I'm gonna be honest, guys. That was actually incredible, man.
Okay. If you couldn't ask for a better game, what was your favorite moment out of that series?
Look, for me, I'm a little biased.
Okay.
Because seeing Tatio bring out the R9.
Yeah, okay.
That
was too easy.
Yeah, you know, he brought it out. Like, he teased me a bit in SND, right? He was there. He's like, bring it out a little bit. And then he brought it out in Summit. I was like, ooh, that was good for me. But I just think for me, if this comeback would have happened, that would have been like some of the craziest. Like that last point, they almost held it to perfection. That would have been probably the best, but for me, it's the R9, you know. What about you? Verdict? Tell me, what's your favorite?
Oh, man, I don't know, bro. The search was great. The R9 usage was great. That first hardpoint had to have been like one of the best ones we've seen from Zignis all season long. I think that hardpoint on firing range, the very first game, was by far one of my favorite moments in this series.
For me, it has to be when Kim Wok just started playing Gone Game out of nowhere, you know?
Yes, him too. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. But, ladies and gentlemen, like we mentioned, that was going to be it for today. We had a great last game. That was incredible. I was literally watching this on my seat the whole time. I had food and everything. Watching it was fantastic. But, like I mentioned, we are going to be going to our finals next week, playing for a grand $1,400 for first place. That is a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. First place finish. We'll be back at the same times. Just want to give a huge shout out to all our sponsors, Call of Duty Mobile, MGC, Grilla, as well as Trovo, for allowing us to run these tournaments and having such a great prize pool. Shout out to all the great casters for doing such an amazing job. They're just tier S, actually, to be honest with you guys. And shout out to all you guys for watching, because this was a great... We reached almost 1,000 viewers at one point. That was crazy,
man.
Absolutely,
the games
crazy.
Absolutely deserved it, man. It just could have been an epic comeback. Obviously, Zignis they knew what they were doing today. They were handling business. They were not taking any more ish from 11 this season at all.
Hey, they say third time's a charm, and this is exactly what they proved, right? So if you guys want to say anything, one more thing to say, that's it for me. So you guys want to say anything else? We can wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
For verdict, I want to go myself, and I want to say GG's to everyone. Congratulations for Zignis for making it. 11T was not your day, but you know, you had a valiant effort. Hope you all enjoyed. As Ken said, there was a bunch of people, so I'm really happy that a lot of people got to see all of this action. But in case you didn't, make sure you check out that YouTube bot. And thank you all for being here.
Absolutely, man. I want to thank both of you guys for coming through with the clutch, man. I couldn't have these amazing moments without y'all, chat. You guys are crazy. I'll throw some spam out there every now and then. I hope you guys enjoy, my little bit of sense of humor. But all props and respects, mad respects to both teams that, made it to the top, and also the teams that didn't quite make their mark. Mad respect for everyone across the board, and I had a hell of a time doing it. It was a blast. This day was definitely redeemed after seeing that first series. Man, you guys over at LATAM, y'all know how to do it.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for us for today. We will be back next Tuesday at the exact same time, ready to cast a grand finale. It's going to be one for the books. LATAM versus North America. Will it be Luminosity Gaming, or will Zignis bring it back to have at least a reverse where LATAM wins for NA and NA wins for LATAM? Who can tell? But make sure to join us for that. That will be it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys. Goodbye.